Welcome back for Game 2 of the Mountain Valley Semifinals. Game 1 featured West Wilkes and Ashe County, and West Wilkes with a decisive 11-1 victory. They'll be in the finals, and now it's time to figure out who they're going to face. It's time for number 2 seed North Wilkes Vikings and the number 3 seed East Wilkes Cardinals. It's time for them to square off. We're in Wilkes County at East Wilkes High School, host of the Mountain Valley Conference Tournament for Game 2. East and North split the regular season, so this is their third matchup, and it will determine who is the superior team. North Wilkes was riding high in the conference before being swept by West Wilkes last week to finish 10-4 in the conference, sharing the regular season top spot, the title with West Wilkes. But East Wilkes at 8-6 can't be dismissed as they beat every team in the conference at least once this season. So we'll see who they will so we're going to see who faces West Wilkes in tomorrow's finals. It's Cardinals versus Vikings in Game 2 next.
Baseball University of Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. I'm Hunter Street, now is Ryan Cook, and we're live on the campus of East Wilkes High School for the second Mountain Valley 2A, 3A, 4A conference tournament semifinal matchup between the East Wilkes Cardinals and the North Wilkes Vikings.
Oh my gosh, what a fast day it has been. 3 hours in the car to get up here, driving through the beautiful high country. This first game went as fast as a mercy rule game could go. There was outrageous scoring by West Wilkes early on. Again, Hayden Gentry threw a gem, but now it's time to switch the focus to this East versus North matchup. Let's tell you a little bit about these head coaches as we prepare for Game 2. First, for East Wilkes, Justin Call. This is his 20th year at East Wilkes, his 9th as the head coach. He was part of the 1999 class of or graduating class at East Wilkes. He went to Emory and Henry University. He was the class of 2004 at Emory and Henry. He played 4 years of baseball at East Wilkes, and then he went on to play basketball at Queens College and Emory and Henry University, so actually a basketball guy. Athletic director, he's currently the athletic director here at East Wilkes High School. He's been a wonderful host, by the way, and he was also the head basketball coach from 2006 to 2014. For North Wilkes, a little bit more young blood. Nathan Childers, second year at North Wilkes, his first as the head coach. What do we say? He's only 24 years old, so doing a great job in his first year, winning season with North Wilkes. He was part of the class of 2020 at North Wilkes, went to Surrey Community College, was class of 22 there, and then he went on to University of North Carolina at Wilmington. He was class of 2024. He played 4 years at North Wilkes and then 2 years of baseball at Surrey.
Well, we showed you the coaches' poll earlier, but yeah, the final three teams were 1, 3, and 4. West Wilkes had 7 first-place votes. Ashe County had the lone 1. So we're going to see who takes the crown a little bit later, but we want to mention our Mountain 10 Power Rank is presented by House of Power. If you're looking for one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility memberships you can train on your own schedule, or cage rentals for individuals and teams, then you need to get with House of Power, founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed, conveniently located in Mills River. Check them out online at hophendersonville.com to learn more. That's hophendersonville.com. And yeah, West Wilkes in the championship on our poll at 9. We had North Wilkes in. I kept them in. Ryan didn't think so after the sweep.
I mean, my mind's completely different now. Like, based on what I saw here with West Wilkes, I'm trying to think, like, how do they compare to what we've seen as far as a product in our side of the mountain? And I think they'd be probably in somewhere in that 4 to 7 range, to be honest, based on what I saw today. Like, this is a good team. Now, granted, we saw Gentry, one of their best pitchers. I don't know all their pitching depth. Polk County, that lost to Hendersonville yesterday that we covered, that's probably going to drop them a little bit. Brevard walking off or got walked off by Pisgah yesterday, so that's really going to solidify them. And then you may have heard TC Robertson and Asheville went 10 innings with TC winning by 1.
Well, our Foothills 10 are presented by Peak Performance Vault. At Peak Performance Vault, they believe every athlete has the potential to reach new heights and achieve their peak performance. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting, we provided a state-of-the-art training environment for baseball, softball, and golf that combines modern technology with personalized coaching. Located at 352 West Main Street down in Forest City, check them out, 828-289-1592 or peakperformancevault@gmail.com. And at the beginning of the year, when we added in this conference and some of these new schools, we covered Ashe County last year, but basically everybody else with the Wilkes County schools and Star Mountain, Elkin, we were wondering, like, where do they fit? Do they fit in Mountain 10, Foothills 10? So we threw them in with the Mountain because they're the Mountain Valley. But they play some of these Foothills 10 teams occasionally at a conference a little bit more often than they play Mountain 10. So it's kind of a weird scenario. We wanted to do 3. It was kind of tough to do that too, called the High Country 10.
And
but
again,
there's only one conference it would have
it's
been.
just we need helicopters is what we need. All these crooked roads, it's tough. If we had helicopters, we can go as the crow flies. We could probably get these teams playing each other a little bit.
But yeah, we got North Lincoln, Alexander Central. They've been battling out 1-2 basically all year. South Point defeated Crest last week, so they moved up. East Rutherford just took a loss to RS Central on a walk-off last night, so they might slip. Burns is hot right now. St. Stephen's as well, playing in the Northwestern semifinals, as well as South Caldwell. So hopefully we'll get to see, I think, both of them if they both win. But who's playing Alexander Central?
Watauga.
So St. Stephen's and South Caldwell square off tonight. That's going to be a great matchup. And then East Lincoln has been on fire. So
East Lincoln beat number 1 North Lincoln 2 weeks ago. Alexander Central was beat by South Caldwell. They were the current number 1. They were before this power ranking. So that's why they're staying on at the bottom. I know Cherryville, Stuart Kramer, Lincoln Charter, they've all been making it known that they feel they should be on that top 10. They're not wrong. It's just that it's loaded in the foothills.
Well, we mentioned Jackson Sellers earlier. He had a good week, and we're sending him some good iced tea, whether it's original, Carolina Peach, Zesty Maple, or Tropical Island Time. All you have to do is brew, chill, relax, and repeat. Earl the Mascot loves it, and so do we. Order that pouch today. Comes with 10 bags for 10 gallons of delicious Salem black tea over at goodicedtea.com. And follow on Facebook, Instagram, and X. We want to give Jackson a big shout-out for that complete game, 5-inning, no-hitter, 11 Ks, while also getting that 2 doubles home run, 4 for 5 at the plate with 10 RBIs. So as many RBIs almost as strikeouts. That is insane.
I mean, we were there for game 2 of that series with Andrews. That was essentially the Smoky Mountain title game, and he lit it up, blasted a home run. Very humble young player. He's going to be at Caldwell next year with Hayden Gentry, who was the game 1 Camwood Bats player of the game.
Well, last year, East Wilkes goes 16-8, 8-4, finished tied second in the Northwest 1A, which is like the foundation for the Mountain Valley 2A, 3A, 4A. They finished tied with Mount Airy. They were the number 12 seed in the 1A West. Lost in the second round to UR Charter 3-2 after defeating number 21 South Stokes 8-6. On the other hand, North Wilkes missed the playoffs. They finished 16-6, 1-11. This is their first year in the Mountain Valley. They were not in that Northwest 1A. They were in the Foothills 2A, where they finished 7th.
Pardon my ignorance, but was the Mountain Valley around last year?
No, so that's what I was saying.
Okay,
it's the Northwest 1A was the foundation with, I think, of all 8 Mountain Valley teams, there was 4 of them, and then the others came from the Foothills 2A, and then Ashe County came from the Northwest, so it kind of just split up as we go on. You want to tell them about East Wilkes coming into 2026 so far?
Yeah, another good season for Coach Call and the Cardinals. They're 15-8, 8-6. Like I said in the pregame, or in the beginning of the pregame, they've beat every team in the conference at least once. Currently tied for 3rd, and they are the number 3 seed. And just looking back through the season a little bit, they beat Avery 12-0, so that's our side of the mountain. Beat Thomasville 13-3, swept East Surrey, had a win against Salem Christian School, swept North Stokes, split with North Wilkes. Again, here we go. Split with North Wilkes, split with West Wilkes, split with Star Mountain, swept Allegheny, split Ashe County, swept Elkin, swept Wilkes Central.
Swept by Elkin.
I misquoted. Man, that shows you this Mountain Valley Conference is a lot like...
It's deep, a lot of splits, not many sweats.
It reminds me of like Mountain 8, where kind of our neck of the woods. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night, but 11-3 at home, that's where they are right now.
Even though they swept by Elkin, this is where you were right. They defeated Elkin in the first round match.
Oh, and they beat them 10-0.
It's crazy how you get swept and then you go 10-run rule a team. But good for the Cardinals.
So last week swept Wilkes Central 8-4, 8-1, beat North Stokes in the middle of that out of conference. Again, the 10-0 win over Elkin on Monday. Here we are versus North Wilkes. North Wilkes, surprising season. You know, with that coaches poll, they were not selected to be very high. I think they were picked to be 5th. And here they are. I guess technically West wins because they swept North Wilkes, but I don't know. I'd have to ask the coaches how it's technically done. But they're tied at the top at 10-4, 17-5 on the season. Again, Coach Childers' first year with the team, first year in the Mountain Valley. Let's see here. Started the season 4-2 with wins against North Stoke, lost against Surrey Central, had a win over Mount Airy. They swept West Caldwell, win over North Surrey, win versus Mountain View. That was out of conference for the most part. Split with East Wilkes, swept Wilkes Central, swept Ashe County, swept Elkin, swept Starmount, split with Allegheny, and they were swept by West Wilkes. They're 8-2 on the road. So again, 7-3 at home is East Wilkes, 8-2 on the road is North Wilkes. This is going to be an interesting ball game.
Well, there's a quick look at your Mountain Valley 2A, 3A, 4A standings. Now we're down to 3. It's the 3 Wilkes directional schools, West, North, and East. West will face off the winner of North and East. Excited to see this matchup come in here. But now I want to give a quick shout out to Meineke. They're a pregame sponsor for Baseball University's West North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations in West North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, and wheels, AC, you name it. Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina, and I kind of just want to go into the keys and then we can hit that. So what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, and rental agencies. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet Keys to the Game.
Well, we can fly through this pretty quick, and then we're going to tell you a little bit about the players after these keys. For East Wilkes, it's going to be about those Cardinal quabs. It will be key to make these North Wilkes pitchers throw more than they have to with these disciplined ABs. West Wilkes may be number 1, but with thin pitching depth in the North Wilkes, may have been first in the conference, but with thin pitching depth in a 3-game tournament, getting to the Vikings bullpen sooner than later is going to be key. The top of the East Wilkes lineup has been hot, especially senior Caden Oliver, but it's the bottom of the lineup that needs to dig deep, have productive outs, move runners, and so on if they hope to get to the North Wilkes bullpen. Second key to the game, speed bumps. North Wilkes is very aggressive on the base pass, so East is going to have to find a way to control their running game. Hold the runners, mix up your looks, make sure your first and third defense is polished, and be ready. For North Wilkes, 2 keys. What's in the cards for Cardwell? Mason Cardwell has been one of North Wilkes' top contributors on both the mound and the plate. The junior has been given the ball on the bump today, and he's going to try to perform on both sides of that ball. It's kind of hard to find stats and some feedback on North Wilkes, but I believe that Cardwell is probably their top performer. He's been low 8s on the bump. He's a big 6'4" righty. He's got some thump in the bat, so look for him to make a little noise today. And then try to gain some distance early. The Vikings must find a way to strike early after 2 close losses to West Wilkes last week and then a first-round come-from-behind victory against Wilkes Central on Monday. A crooked number early could really help the Vikings find some confidence to finish stronger and sail those long ships to victory.
Now that we got those keys done.
Well, let's do our Where Are They Now section. This is really quick because I talked to both coaches and they both cannot recall if there's any current alumni still playing in college. So we just got it listed as none. Let's tell you about a few of the prospects you're going to see in this game. For East Wilkes, they have a football commit, outfielder senior Aiden Guessford. He's a Wingate University commit for football. And a few more to watch. Seniors Dalton Wood, senior Praden Haley, and senior outfielder Caden Oliver. A couple sophomores we've been told about by Coach Call, Eli Andrews and Logan Stroud. North Wilkes, no senior commits. They have a couple uncommitted seniors and catcher Davin Weatherford and third baseman Ryan Laws. And one junior we're going to definitely keep a close eye on is starting pitcher Mason Cardwell this evening.
Well, we flew through that pregame show because we are never really sure of how fast these things go. Because,
well, that being said, you got these lineups.
Yeah,
right?
I got you. North Wilkes one on the phone and that one in paper, and I'll go give them some banter of our previous game. Let's go back and find that score sheet from the first semifinal. We had to prep for 2 straight games in a row, so he's got me a score sheet. I've got me a box score here. Yeah, the West Wilkes Blackhawks defeated the Ashe County Huskies 11-1 in 5 innings. That was the quickest 5-inning game that we've been to in a while. Honestly, that might be the quickest game on this broadcast because last year we had a few. It was like
35 minutes.
Yeah, 95, 93
They were pitchers'
minutes.
duels, though. That was a 5-inning slugfest. One-sided slugfest.
But here we're 5 innings. 11 runs on 8 hits and no errors for the Blackhawks. 1 run on 3 hits and 5 errors, for the Huskies. So it's kind of airfield fest. West Wilkes kind of owned the Huskies this year, but the Huskies are going to be making the playoffs. We're here for 2 versus 3 now. Directional schools, North and West Wilkes. First time up here in Wilkes County. In Ronda, on the campus of East Wilkes. Want to make it known that East Wilkes will be the away team today because they finished lower in the standings than North Wilkes.
But they're listing them as home.
They're listing them as the home team on the scoreboard. And they get to use their home dugout. This isn't like it's like the regionals, man, where you don't have to go to the away dugout. Like they're going to make it fair to the host site, get a little bit of advantage. And we were asking them how they do the host, and they were saying they just kind of rotate all these tournaments.
Alphabetical order.
Really nice to have conference tournaments. We don't have conference tournaments in baseball, so
we
have
more
them in basketball, and volleyball.
NCHSA needs to add 2 weeks to the season, maybe 3.
They need to just mandate it.
Everybody should do a conference
because we have 8 teams in our conferences. They have a 6-team.
The Mountain 8 would be a great conference tournament. I don't know about the MAC; it's a little one-sided there. Although
Irwin defeated AC Reynolds, so let's see if we got any scores today from the Northwest Semifinal. Since we'll be covering their championship tomorrow on the campus of Appalachian State University. Excited to get up to Boone. Going to read some scores here. Oh, top seed Alexander Central defeats Watauga 5-3. So we will be seeing.
Wait, who won that?
Alexander Central.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Watauga. I was like, oh boy.
They're number 16 in the state according to Max Preps, but they're number 1 in the foothills according to us. Let's see, East Gaston's up on Highland Tech 11-1 in the third. AC Reynolds playing Legion Collegiate Academy and try to get one of their last games. Here we go, a big one for the foothills rankings. Burns travels to Crest today. Burns up 1-0 in the second inning. Oh, North Henderson Smoky moved up, so they're playing currently. St. Stephen's at South Caldwell. Is that at South Caldwell or is that at App?
Oh, it's at App, yeah.
Ooh, so they get the semifinals at App too? Yep. We should have gone there.
No, we want to see these Mountain Valley teams, 100%.
But no, we're excited for this matchup. I think this one's going to be a lot closer than our first one.
I'm so glad we saw it. Like for the scouting eyes, we needed to be here. We got to figure out what this part of Western North Carolina is all about.
Well, very interesting to have a 2A, 3A, 4A split. We mentioned earlier that in our first broadcast, Ash and Wilkes Central are the 4A teams, should be making it for our Mountain Home listeners. They're kind of in comparison to an East Gaston or an East Henderson. So we just mentioned how East Gaston was up. Think of East Gaston for up here. As for the 3A schools, let me pull up the 3A. I think I just had it right here. No, I had the 2A up. So we'll go straight into the 2A and figure out. Let's see, East Wilkes, currently 16th in the RPI. With that 539 number, kind of just steady right there. Let's see how many mountain teams we'll see above them. Definitely Cherryville. Hayesville's as far west as you can get in the 2A.
Yeah.
Maybe besides Murphy. Wait, is Murphy 2A? Oh, man. You know what would be crazy? Murphy is 2A.
Yeah.
Manteo is 2A as well. And you know how you always hear Murphy to Manteo? That would be an awesome state championship series. Both of them will be making the playoffs.
They would only be able to meet in the state championship, though, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, well, I got my lineup cards filled out. Holy cow, I've been flying.
Elkin is 31st in 2A as well, so they'll be making the playoffs. I believe everyone's making the playoffs except no, we did say Allegheny. Where was Allegheny? Allegheny was 3A, maybe I'm mistaken.
Well, hey, I will say anybody that's listening, tuning in, make sure you're sharing this with friends and family that couldn't make it. Again, we
messed up the link too, so definitely get this out.
I've been reposting the link, the new link, and again, I've shot this out to just about every college coach I know that I think could find some value in watching. Again, it's Wednesday, so I'm hoping we have some good viewership. Again, these will be available on replay.
Not for long, though.
Yeah, I'm going to take all these down on Friday before seeding so nobody can scout each other through playoffs. Once your team is eliminated, once both teams in the game are eliminated from playoffs, I'll throw these back up. But again,
hopefully they will stay down for a long time.
As someone who's been a former high school coach, I wouldn't want my games out there during playoff time. But maybe you can predict the best you can and maybe watch a few games before we take it down Friday. Again, tomorrow's last broadcast of the season will be at App State. Looks like it's going to be Alexander Central versus the winner of South Caldwell and St. Stephen's. Big fan of South Caldwell, so there's part of me that wants to see our boys at South Caldwell just because we've gotten to know them and appreciate Coach Parham, Coach Laws, Coach Bryant, all those guys. But there's also a part of me who wants to see St. Stephen's because they're good, and I haven't seen them on the broadcast yet.
Well, don't give North Wilkes their credit where credit is due. They are 10th in the 3A RPI right now, and looking like they will get a bye. East Rutherford at 4, Surrey Central at 6, North Wilkes at 10. I don't know where McMichael falls. I don't know where some of these Whiteville.
North Stanley's over near
North Stanley
area, I believe.
Let's go check that Big Red Sports Network and see what he had the last time, because he was very helpful. Check a lot of his stuff to fact check us.
All right.
Let's see. Big Red Sports Network. Okay, give it a little once over while I go here. We tried to do some projections. That's soccer. That's not baseball.
Well, I'm trying to make sure all our flyers are prepped for the end of the game. I was able to get all the West Wilkes Ash County final flyers in, but again, these Cardinals and these North Wilkes Vikings, it's going to be, I can't make any predictions on these flyers. I was able to start making the West Wilkes flyer halfway through the last game because they're up 8-1. But
I'm not going to say what I did, but I definitely projected into the graphics for tonight's game with the West Wilkes wins. Though it's just kind of what happens when you're the high seed and you sweep a team in the regular season. It's just what the trends say. Yeah, North Wilkes projected 5 seed in the West. West Wilkes 10. East Wilkes in the 2A projected 8. So they're on the cusp right here. And East Wilkes win tonight could all but certainly help them move into a lock.
I know the home crowd would love it. That's for sure.
Well, do you want to buy? That's the thing. As a top 8 seed, I know you do get credit, but if you're that 9 seed, you're going to be playing the 8 seed versus the 24 winner. So do you want that game? Do you want to be 9 and play 24? Do you want to be 8 and get a bye?
I want to get a bye.
You want to buy?
I do. I want to save my pitching. I want to have extra practices. I know what you're saying. And you've seen that before. You've seen a team. I mean, we got a 2-round bye when I was at Christ School in 2023, and we ran into Charlotte Christian in the quarterfinals because of it. And we lost 6-2. Now, if we're playing and we're getting hot, maybe we can beat a team like Charlotte Christian. But honestly, who can beat a team like Charlotte Christian?
Well, 3 people can, I think, because they have a couple losses. I heard 7:15, and we might not be going until 7:45, which is the original start time, so we did not have to rush. Nice crowd tonight, Wilkes County, with 3 of the directional schools in attendance.
Weather's been pretty nice. I was a little worried we were going to get caught in the overcast that was projected. This whole last week, we were kind of iffy on releasing the schedule because we work on a flex schedule. But the weather has held out. Was able to get Polk and Hendersonville yesterday, Gunnar Alm's last home game at Polk for regular season. And then today, obviously, this has been great. Now, tomorrow, I don't know about the forecast. Have you seen anything yet? App State's turf, so it shouldn't be a problem.
It's turf.
It's turf, man.
Turf. Now, I don't know about the forecast. The clouds just look gloomy coming up today, and they look gloomy out here towards our right. Down the first base line.
Coach Call and his staff was already working on the field when we pulled up today around 2:30.
Seen a lot of field work getting done. Justin King put out a photo. They put the big old tarp, full infield tarp over for their senior night last night where they defeated Smoky Mountain 15-8. And Coach Alm down at Polk was doing some crazy field work with all of his coaches, handful of his players, even had some youngins out there, probably middle school age, helping them move bases and stuff. So it takes a village to make some of these fields look the way they do. And I know once you get into some of these areas where, I'll be honest, I don't know the last time this place has seen rain by looking at it. It just looks dry out there. Look at the grass, man, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Watch it. You got some gray clouds creeping over here, so we don't want that rain yet. Umpires are making their way to home plate.
Looks like we're going to get going here in
about 5 minutes. Are we going to do a
minutes.
national anthem again before game 2? I would think so. Well, again, just a recap on game 1. It was good to see Ash County worked with a few of their players in the past. Again, Hayden Gentry, player of the game. Was glad to see him. Hayden came and did some work with us back in June and then throughout the summer and fall on college recruiting, and big fan of him. Got to see his younger brother run around, 3 Gentry brothers, 2 of them in that varsity lineup. So it's good family, good people. Now we're going to learn a little bit about East Wilkes and North Wilkes. Coach Call and Coach Childers, coaches meeting with the umpires. Oh, never mind. I just emailed her.
Oh.
All right, let me send her an email real quick.
Say, Hunter told you during the middle of the first broadcast, collecting sponsorship payments from our wonderful sponsors. Again, double the prep today for double the games. Run around going crazy like a chicken with its head cut off, which is very fitting for the area we are in right now.
It's also very fitting for my homesteading lifestyle. Say we had some baby lambs born on the homestead this week, and now I'm leaving town for 2 days to have my wife and kids deal with that mess. So we'll be arriving back at Henderson County probably about 2 o'clock in the morning on Thursday night into Friday morning.
Well, while doing research, as you see, Coach Call and Coach Childers meeting, the 3 directional school head coaches attended their schools, and I saw an article.
Same directional schools as Henderson County. Mm-hmm. We don't have a South Wilkes. We have a East Henderson, a West Henderson, a North Henderson, and a Hendersonville, just like they have a East, West, North, and a Wilkes Central.
So. Well, I saw an article about Coach Call, who's a basketball coach, played basketball in college, is currently the AD, stepped down from coaching basketball, but is still here coaching the baseball team. You know where he grew up when he went to school here?
Oh, right across the street.
Just right across the street. I don't know which entrance it was when we came in, but I was reading the article.
He likes it here. They can't get rid of him.
They can't get rid of him. They can't get rid of Coach Childers over at North Wilkes. He came back after 4 years in college, a couple years playing down at Surrey. I bet you he would have gone to a Wilkes Community College if they would have had it over at Surrey.
Well, the Wilkes Community College program started back in 1995. A good friend of ours, Mitchell Whitener, was the recruiting coordinator there during, I don't know exactly what years it was. I want to say like 2010-ish. They were good. They were, I believe, Division I, Region 10 at some point. So we're able to get max scholarships. Good talent came through. I think they won a regional game at one point in the playoffs. I'd love to see probably at least 2 more JUCOs pop up in Western North Carolina to help just be like a steam release almost with all the talent and all these kids wanting to stay about 2 hours from home. But we're going to go ahead and shut it down for just a second, let the PA announcer do his job, and then they'll probably have a national anthem here for you, and then we'll have the starting lineups and defensive alignments for both of tonight's teams. Alright, so got that. Nice.
Shortstop, number 23, Eli Andrews. Batting 8 at first base, number 27, Mason Jones. Batting 9, playing right field, number 2, Braylon Walker. And starting at second base, number 7, Jake Lambert.
All right, so you said Alexander Central 1.
Number 3, Mr. Mathis. Number 4, Cameron Shores. Number 10, Trent Cook. Number 15, Aiden Irwin. The Cardinals are coached by Justin Call, assisted by Eddie Dixon, Tate Samuel, Mark Andrews, and Scotty Lambert. And now, here's the starting lineup for the North Wilkes Vikings. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 2, Carson Call. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 8, Stephen Peters. Batting third in right field, number 5, Bradley Wild. The cleanup hitter and pitcher, number 10, Mason Cardwell. Batting fifth at third base, number 16, Ryan Law. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 13, Davin Weatherford. Batting seventh, playing center field, number 12, Will Rhodes. Batting eighth at second base, number 4, Weston Hincher. Batting ninth, playing left field, number 9, Aiden Tigg. And starting at first base, number 15, Cash Wilmuth. The North Wilkes subs, number 3, Casey Wiles. Number 6, Aiden Brown. Number 11,
Wingate coach
Braden
just texted
Walters.
me asking about
And
this
number
Cardinal
14,
picture for
Peyton
him. So
Gregory. The Vikings are coached by Nathan Childers, assisted by Cole Chipman, Logan Johnson, and Daniel Wiles. At this time, would everyone please rise, with gentlemen kindly removing their caps, and turn their attention to the flagpole near the football stadium scoreboard as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
right. Well, game 2. Hopefully our power banks and batteries and phones are all still charged up enough to get us through another one. So let's go ahead and look at that North Wilkes Vikings defensive alignment. Mason Cardwell. Again, we're excited to see him, the junior pitcher. He's going to be throwing to Davin Weatherford, his battery mate. Ryan Laws at third. It's Call at second. Hincher at second, and Wilmuth at third. It'll be Teague, Rhodes, and Wiles across the outfield from left to right. And your starting lineup tonight for East Wilkes, it's going to be Logan Stroud, the catcher, leading off. Caden Oliver, center fielder, batting second. Dalton Wood, the pitcher, batting third. Aiden Gesford, again, he's the Wingate football commit. He's in left field. Make sure I say this one right. Sean Simones. We'll wait for the PA announcer to announce him. But he's the DH. He's hitting for Jake Lambert. Hitting after him, number 11, Creighton Hatley, followed by Eli Andrews, then Mason Jones, and it is Braylon Walker in the 9 hole. I want to thank our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farms. Bloom Patch Farms, located in Hendersonville, North Carolina. They are a specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlias. They offer rare cuttings, premium tubers, healthy potted plants, seasonal bouquet subscriptions, and custom floral work. They also ship cuttings and tubers nationwide throughout the year, and they specialize in hard-to-find varieties, including the stunning water lily. You can check them out at bloompatchfarmllc.com. Again, bloompatchfarmllc.com. That's Bloom Patch Farm, rare blooms grown with intention. Well, it's time to play some baseball yet again here at East Wilkes. Again, second game at the host site. Appreciate Coach Call hosting us today. All these coaches, Coach Childers, Coach Call, Coach Eller, and Coach Ward from game 1, all 4 were extremely helpful in getting us prepared for this game. Again, we try to track down alumni. We try to make sure we have good profiles on all the prospects in the game, try to have a good understanding of the dynamic of the area, and these coaches were great. Here's pitch number 1, fouled away. So again, the big 6'4" Mason Cardwell on the bump tonight for North Wilkes High School. Like the color scheme?
Yeah, I like how the away team's wearing home pinstripes and the home team's wearing gray pants.
Curveball is going to miss low. So we'll wander out behind home plate at some point to get some radar gun readings on Cardwell.
I like that. I like that behind home plate. That's pretty cool.
Claiming their area. Pop fly in the middle of the field here. There's the shortstop out there to make the play. So I still got to get my defensive alignment right here. You know, I forgot something. So it was Carson Call in the middle of the field to make that play.
First time doing a 2-game doubleheader featuring 4 different schools. We did some doubleheaders during Legion season, but not during high school season.
It's going to miss low, fall behind 2-0.
A few Ashe County players in the crowd standing around to watch, so that's always cool to see.
Say nobody going home.
It's a beautiful night. Those clouds seem to be pushing east. Blue skies peeking up over. I know you can't see it from some of our angles, but you can see right there the clouds are pushing out of the way. So a beautiful sunset coming in as we go 3-1.
Wait about it.
Pop foul, out of play.
Wait with it, Pop.
Ooh, didn't miss by much, but good take on the 3-2 pitch. And that'll be a 1-out walk for Caden Oliver.
Boys, what in the heat?
We'll bring Dalton Ward to the plate. Again, or excuse me, Dalton Wood. Dalton is the counterpart to Cardwell tonight on the bump. So East Wilkes making some noise early here in the dugout, trying to get something going. A runner on first against the tough Cardwell. There's a strike.
They split earlier this season. North Wilkes taking the game here at East Wilkes 5-3, and they did play in the same week with the Cardinals winning 13-8 over at North Wilkes and Hayes, North Carolina. So a lot of scoring between the two schools in their first regular season matchups. Come into the semifinals here.
Throw over by Cardwell. So again, East Wilkes needs to try to get deep into at bats, make Cardwell throw a lot of pitches, try to get into that bullpen a little bit. And Cardwell, one of their top arms, maybe the top arm, but threw a lot of their arms on a couple of their arms on Monday as well. So if you can get them out of the game early, get into the bullpen, might make things interesting, just like with West Wilkes when they got into Ashe County's bullpen. It was obvious that they weren't very deep today. So
We need to grab wins when you can, especially this late in the year. Help boost your RPI, get you a couple spots up to try to get a host or a bye. And here's a 2-2. Runner goes.
Ooh, throw down here. It's going to be close. It's going to hit off the glove and go out in center field. It's going to allow Oliver to go all the way to third base. So it'll be a stolen base. And then, unfortunately, I think you have to put that on the catcher, even though it was not a bad throw. But we'll call it an E2. So it hits off the runner. And all stolen bases brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. So Oliver hauling tail there around the bases. And East Wilkes has got a runner 90 feet away with only one out. Swing and a foul tip back into the netting. Just going to shake the camera a little bit.
You okay?
This kid's got some good insight here.
Well, he was interested in our microphones earlier too, so maybe we should get him to be our next intern.
Let's get him in here, baby. What do you think about our camera placement, son? All four, so back-to-back walks to Oliver and Wood. Then a little bit of chaos by Oliver beforehand. It's going to make it a first and third situation here for Aiden Gesford. And you can see it in the body while he's going to play football at Wingate. Strong-looking athlete. Cardwell delivers its curveball. Nice block up there by the catcher, Weatherford. So 1-0. Runner's going to go, and they're going to just throw it right back to the pitcher. So it's a give me stolen base for Wood. So 2 stolen bases. Again, all stolen bases brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading.
That reminds me, I gotta text him.
I'm not 12.
Andrew, if you're listening, remind me to text you.
You need some dirt, need some gravel.
We need to. He gave us an estimate for the driveway. We just haven't followed up yet. We've been busy and money.
2 runners in scoring position here for the Cardinals. Only 1 away.
I ain't seen it.
I think Cardwell looks like he's got some good stuff, but he's walked the last 2 batters here. Goes back to the curveball, misses outside. I'll tell you, if Cardwell's going to that curveball a good bit, I think he's got to establish his fastball. You know, you're not going to get swings on the off speed if you're not filling the tunnels with fastballs for strikes. So I think until I know you got first base open, might be wanting to pitch around him. Foul ball, going to hit the school. So full count. Again, 1 out after the leadoff pop-up. So big pitch coming here for Cardwell. Like I said, he does have first base open. He's going to miss high. That's 3 walks in a row for Cardwell. So Sean Simones to the plate, the junior, big, strong-looking kid doing the DH in the night for the second baseman. Oh, and it looks like we got our first Ion Outdoors mound visit of the game. So again, after 3 straight walks, coach going to go check on his pitcher. Again, Ion Outdoors sponsors every mound visit throughout our season. Located down in Gaston County, outdoor pools, patios, pergolas, grayscaping. If you have a backyard dream, Ion Outdoors can help make it come true. So Simone's got the bases loaded. Again, I hope I'm saying that name right. So if there's anybody in the audience listening at home who's got a phonetic pronunciation, swing and a drive. That's a right center field. That's going to find gap. That's going to bounce up against the wall. And he ain't the fleetest of foot, but that's a stand-up double for just about anyone. And all 3 runs going to come home on the Simones double. So big swing for the DH. Hey, how do you pronounce that guy's last name? Simonis. All right, that sounds even better coming off the big slimer. Shoo, Simonis, the big slimer. Just put some gack all over that ball. Right center field pistol out there. 3 runs in. I'm guessing he's a football player too. Attaboy, big swing. So 3-0 here in the first inning.
What, you never seen McFarlane USA? You ever seen McFarlane USA? The cross-country movie?
Pop fly to right field. That's going to be Wild settling under it. Simonis is going to tag up, and he's going to make it all the way to third base. So productive out from Hatley. And with 2 outs, there's another run 90 feet from home plate. Up 3-0 here. The Cardinals early jumping on Cardwell. So again, Cardwell got himself in the trouble, the 3 straight walks. Simonis jumped on a high heater. Laser beam out to right center field up against the wall on a bounce. Now that brings number 23, Eli Andrews, the shortstop, to the plate. Well, hopefully this game isn't as one-sided as game 1. I'm sure the East Wilkes Cardinals don't care much about that quote. They probably want to win this thing in 5 innings by 10 runs like any team would, but good look here at the talent in the Mountain Valley Conference here. 1 day, 4 teams. So again, North Wilkes, I believe they've, after a hot start, there's a little liner, and that's right over the outstretched glove of the first baseman, Wilmoth. That'll bring Simonis in, no problem. RBI single for Andrews makes this 4-0. All these runs technically earned. And now brings number 8 hitter Mason Jones to the plate. Mason, a junior, playing first base this evening. Swing and a miss. Cardwell pumps the fastball past him. Now at the bottom of the lineup, if you're Jones, you're trying to get on base so you can try to turn this lineup over. Even if you don't end up scoring another back pick here by Wilmoth, it's close, but safely back in as Andrews. Excuse me, as Weatherford. Weatherford on the throw from behind the plate. So 0-2 pitch coming, Cardwell. Ooh, doesn't miss by much there. This is inside. 2 close takes by Jones. Again, no college commits for baseball in either one of these games yet. Some seniors in the starting lineup for both. There is a swing and a miss. Chased the high cheddar, couldn't hold up the bat. Well, 2 hits, 3 walks, 1 error. Results in 4 runs, 4-0, heading into the bottom of the first. It's going to be Carson Call, Steven Peters, and Bradley Wiles coming up for the Vikings. I want to thank our home team sponsor today. I think it was home and away team, right? So both our home team and away sponsor, the Coast Guard Chief Warrants Officers Association. I want to thank them for sponsoring and supporting the time that we put towards marketing these games to college coaches pregame, and then editing and posting highlights for the North Wilkes Vikings prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media after the game. If you head to CWOAUSCG.org, so that's Chief Warrant Officers Association, United States Coast Guard, CWOAUSCG.org. You can learn a little bit more about them. And of course, always support our military, all branches of the armed services, especially the Coast Guard. Thank you again for your support to Baseball University and the Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. Here's how the East Wilkes Cardinals are lining up out there. It's Dalton Wood throwing to his catcher. It's Logan Stroud. Across the infield, it's Hatley, Andrews, Lambert, and Jones from left to right. And then the outfield, it's Guessford, Oliver in center, and Walker in right field. Again, we told you the first three of the lineup, Call, Peters, and Wiles, but the rest of it, number 4 hitter, Mason Cardwell, the pitcher. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Ryan Laws. The catcher, Davin Weatherford, in the 6th hole. The 7th is Will Rhodes, the center fielder. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Weston, make sure I got this name right, Hincher. And in the 9th spot, Aiden Teague. Well, that was a big, fat, crooked number there for East Wilkes. 4-0. The big swing by Sean Simones. Then he comes around to score the 4th run, scoring on the Andrews single. So first pitch here from Wood is a ball. So Carson Call, the sophomore in this lineup. He's going to foul one back into the netting. Again, we got our camera number 1 today right behind home plate, wired up into the netting. Thank you for Coach Call for letting us finagle it. As the bat boy for the Cardinals said here, what dummy would put a camera right there behind home plate? Well, we are 3 years in, knock on wood. Never had a broken camera from a foul ball. Maybe today's the day that streak is broken.
Well, it's an iPhone, so luckily it can take a little bit of a beating compared to some of these fancy camcorders and Sonys and whatnot.
iPhone 12s bought on eBay. So
we
again,
want iPhone 14s. Come on,
well,
guys.
we've done a lot to raise funds and revenue over the last 3 years of doing the broadcast. We made some great upgrades each year. If you go back and look at year 1 compared to what we're doing now, again, that's why we love our sponsors, our Patreon members, trying to help us raise money, do it a different way. Shot through the backside. That's a single for Call. Nice piece of hitting there by the leadoff hitter. But I think if we can get the funds for next year, that would probably be the next investment is cameras. You know, we've read up on some action cameras, some cameras that actually follow the action. I don't know if we have the funds for that yet.
The next investment is brand new portable chargers. My lord.
That and maybe bring
that one's working.
It is?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's been, I checked them all pregame.
The green one or yours?
Mine.
Nice. Okay.
And I don't know how long it'll last compared to the green one, but that green one needs to be thrown in the river.
Okay. Well, another order. Ooh, did he step off first? I think he did. The umpire said he did.
Well, so remember, you got to step off.
If you're going to fake it. Not on a normal throw. You just have to remove your footing. You have to displace. You can't spin on your right foot. You have to displace your right foot. It doesn't have to go behind the rubber. So again, if you're gonna step off and fake it like that, you have to step behind the rubber. Oh, looked like he would have had a shot at him there, but unfortunately, that Stroud there lost handle of the ball. It's a stolen base for Call, hauling solutions and grading stolen base.
Got Bat Boy's mama in the chat. She's been keeping me on my
toes. He's wise. You know how young kids are. They're always sharp on when us adults are making mistakes. Oh, you better get up. Pitcher's going to get over. Who's going to get over? First baseman gets back. So, that was a interesting little change of events. So that's Lambert there at second. First baseman Jones made a dive, had to get back on his feet, get back. Pitcher Wood was trying to make it over too. So
that was a good little slide right there to get back into the first.
So 4-3. Call makes it over to third base. 1 out here. Nice pitch by Wood.
Yeah, when I scored the runs earlier on, I just went home team because East Wilkes is home team, but they're not the home team. So
got to fix that.
Home teams are away teams, but they're still in their home dugout. That makes it very interesting.
Ground ball. It's over to Jones. Picks it up. He'll take it himself. It'll be an RBI ground out. He'll gladly sacrifice a run for an out. So 2 outs.
Now the home team gets 1 run.
Be ready, Tyler.
So Mason Cardwell, the hitter now. Big, strong young man. So count is 1-0. Evens it up, 1-1.
That's your next investment. Double-sided whiteboard with a baseball field on it, if anybody has one.
So 1-2 count now here to Cardwell. And Cardwell starting pitcher for the Vikings this evening. Wood's going to miss high on that one. Evens the count up 2-2. So again, Carson Call with the leadoff single, stole second. Peters with the productive out on the right side. He's able to get the runner in on the fielder's choice for Wiles. Nice play out there by Andrews, able to sling it over to first base for the final out, 6-3. 1 hit, a stolen base, a run scored. Nobody left on base. It's 4-1 heading into the top of the second. It'll be number 9 hitter, Braylon Walker. And then back at the top with Stroud and Oliver. Hey, Wilkes County, Ashe County, all those that have tuned in from the Mountain Valley Conference today. I want you to visit our Patreon. It's patreon.com/BB University WNC. Here you'll find extra content like conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, player of the weeks, podcast, highlight films, and much, much more. Really all focused on Western North Carolina high school baseball. Memberships start at only $1, and all that money raised stays right here in WNC, supporting mountain and foothill baseball. And again, maybe this is high country baseball. We dabbled in the idea of having 3 sectors of Western North Carolina baseball, but decided to pull the Mountain Valley Conference into our mountain grouping. So again, with our power rankings this week, or throughout the whole year, this whole season, you've seen teams like Ashe County jump on, Starmount jumped on, North Wilkes was on there for a while, West Wilkes is on there right now, but wrapping them in with all the mountain teams that you find further west, like the MAC, the Mountain 8, the Western Highlands, Smoky Mountain. Again, trying our best to cover all the good baseball in Western North Carolina. Let's also thank our second inning sponsor, Comfort Keepers. They specialize in comforting solutions for in-home senior care. Nothing is more important than helping people to live full, independent, and dignified lives within the comfort of their own homes. Comfort Keepers offers an extensive range of non-medical care services tailored to the unique needs of each individual they serve. They serve the Asheville and Hendersonville area. You can contact them at 828-687-1199, or you can contact them at asheville@comfortkeepers.com. So number 2, Braylon Walker. You do me a favor and report back with a few? All right, you know how to use it? So I'm going to put it on off a transmit, so you have to pull the trigger to get it. You know what I'm saying?
So when his arm goes...
Yep, then you start, like right now I'd be pulling the trigger. I get my read. That's not 71, we're at an angle, so get as dead on as you can. I'll say with that one, you're going to probably have to add 2 or 3 miles per hour. If you go stand right behind home plate, that's when you get the most accurate. Sorry, got a East Wilkes faithful with the radar gun going to give us some readings on Cardwell. I was doing a little research on him earlier today. I found some PBR and perfect game stuff on him. Said he'd been up to 84 with the fastball. Again, I don't know how old those numbers are. I like the body. I can see low 8s at least. But we'll see if we can get some more accurate radar gun readings here throughout the evening. Good AB here by Braylon Walker. We talked about trying to get deep in at bats, be a tough out, quabs. And they've been making him throw some pitches here early. So we might tap into a game changer here in a bit and see where his pitch count is. And again, with small school baseball, we know it on our side of the mountain. If you can get into the bullpen during the week. Oh, strike 3 looking. Still a good AB. Saul pitches out of that 9 spot. All strike 3s brought to you by Burlette Painting. Painting the corners with Burlette. Back at the top with catcher Logan Stroud. Popped out to the shortstop to start this ball game. Again, glad to be up in the high country. We're going to be staying in Wilkesboro this evening. Down at the old Hampton Inn. Coach Call's recommendation, so we appreciate him helping us find a spot. And again, that's where our sponsors come in. Thank you to our sponsors helping out with all our travel. And again, if you like the idea of the Patreon, we're trying to do it a different way. Pop fly here. That's going to be off to the left side of the infield. Third baseman Laws comes in to make the catch for out number 2. But again, we're not a fan of the college recruiting market, not a fan of college recruiting business. It's a $40 billion a year industry, youth sports is, and participation's down over the last 3 decades. So our model, we're trying to crowdfund, trying to use business sponsors to bring these games to you, create some recruiting opportunities for these kids, use our network, our connections. Again, not always, I don't think college baseball always has to be a $5 to $10 grand a year investment with showcase and all the travel. It's going to take some investment, that's for sure. Ground ball to short. It's going to be call. Picks it up, throws it across. Out, number 3. So after giving up 4 in the first, Cardwell locks in for a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Heading to the bottom of the second, it's going to be Ryan Laws, Davin Weatherford, and Will Rhodes coming to the plate. Again, I want to thank our away team sponsor, same as the home team sponsor, Coast Guard Chief Warrant Officers Association. Thank you for supporting the time that we put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and then editing and posting highlights for the East Wilkes Cardinals prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media afterwards. If you want to learn more about the Coast Guard Chief Warrant Officers Association, you can go to cwoauscg.org. We appreciate them. They've been a good sponsor of us for a couple years now. And support your armed forces, support the military. Remember, Coast Guard is just as valuable to this country as anybody else, protecting our rights and our freedoms. Thank you to the Coast Guard Chief Warrant Officers Association.
Well,
Any good readings over there on Cardwell? Yep. Interesting. So low 80s on the fastball is our first report. Sounds accurate from the stuff I was looking online. I seen something with PBR say been up maybe 84, but you got to remember that's not sitting, you know. And that's where we always have a rule of thumb in the recruiting game. You always subtract 5 miles per hour from whatever the kid lists on their profile. Oh, guessing y'all are Cardinals fans?
Yeah, my son plays J-Man.
Nice. It's our first. Oh, all right. You can rib them a little bit later. Well, I would say I had a couple coaches actually text me specifically about him. So, I mean, eyeballs are on him, even way up here, hiding in this part of the mountain. And Dalton Wood is a senior. What's he want to do after school? Is he looking to play? Interesting. Give me some on him tonight too. I'm not a huge. I don't obsess on velo. I know it's important, but I'm looking at other things too. So Wood drops in a curveball. So Wood drops a curveball in to get me over for strike 1. And Ryan Laws, another big senior contributor for North Wilkes. Strong kid, stocky. So he's got some pop playing third base. So again, just had one of the Cardinal faithful say that these 2 pitchers tonight, in his opinion, are the 2 best in the conference. Dalton Wood versus Mason Cardwell. We were very impressed again with Hayden Gentry of West Wilkes. I know Ashe County's got 2 solid starters. That's a strike 3 on the curveball. Nice pitch. Nice mix by Wood, too. So we didn't get a chance to see either Eller or Tibbs pitch for Ashe County. Eller pitched on Monday, and Tibbs has been dealing with a little bit of arm soreness. I think he's recently been cleared. Haven't had a chance to see Starmount, Elkins, or Wilkes Central or Allegheny. Heard Allegheny's got a good arm.
Well, they beat North Wilkes.
I say they upset North Wilkes earlier this year. They gave West Wilkes.
Those are only conference wins.
Gave West Wilkes a ride in the first round. West Wilkes won on a walk-off. So walk-off to Allegheny and then a 10-run mercy rule over Ashe County. Again, Ashe County took out Starmount on Monday. Ooh, I think he held. Let's say, so didn't quite break the hands.
Well, the 3 first-round matchups for the Mountain Valley Conference Tournament, 3 of the 4 were all one-run games. So you were right in the first game, as you are now.
I see a lot of similarities between this conference just from the first game and 2 innings of this one. I see a lot of similarities between this conference and the Mountain 8.
Okay, we'll do some comparisons then. Give me who's the Pisgah, who's the West Henderson, who's the Smoky Mountain.
That's a good question. Say Wilkes.
I feel like West Wilkes is the West Henderson. Load up on a schedule early, take a few losses, and get hot later on.
Yep. I was going to say West and West are similar. I would say East Wilkes, ground ball here. East Wilkes reminds me already of Brevard. So was that 4-3 or 6-3? What did I just see there?
4-3.
4-3. Yeah, the scrappiness, the energy, the speed. I see a little bit of Brevard and East Wilkes. Ashe County kind of reminds me of a East Henderson, of a North Henderson, like a couple big dogs. Got to get some of their bottom of the lineup guys in it. Got to get the baseball IQ up on a couple. And that's all I can really speak on so far.
Who's North Wilkes?
I don't know. Still watching one big arm.
Like maybe a Franklin, or like when Franklin.
I was thinking maybe a Pisgah. Like you have your big arms to win. When the bats don't show up, you struggle. That's kind of Pisgah, you know. Say Cardwell's probably the bigger arm. That's a blast to right field. That's going to send Wiles back, and he's going to make that play. So 1-2-3 inning. No hits, no runs, none left on. Heading into the top of the third, it's going to be Wood, the pitcher, followed by Guessford and Simones, who's already had the big swing in this game. So 4-1.
Well, stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube, please, at youtube.com/bbuniversitywnc. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge.
Wood was?
Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter.
So
and
Wood's
Instagram at bbuniversitywnc.
That's what I was going to ask.
Check out our website, baseballu.org. That's baseball and the letter u.org. That's supposed to be a social media thing. Excuse me, guys.
We got 2 conflicting conversations going. Sorry, Hunter. So Wood 77-80. I like the curveball. I was going to say I see some differentiation. I bet you. So the one was what, 50? So dropped one in real slow at 58, and then up in the low 60s for a few more. Does he throw a slider at all? I was going to say, I'd like to see one a little hard, like have that one you drop in at 60, but give me something 67, 68 too. But I like the way he mixed. I can see, and again, I'm a pitching guy. I don't drool over velo because I think it'll come for these kids in college. But man, those college coaches are all over velo right now, and I think they're overlooking a couple good arms in our Western North Carolina area because of it. But I also understand, you know what I mean? This is a tough recruiting market.
So it's ready to go.
Yep. I want to thank our third inning sponsor, American Legion, Post 70. Again, that's our local Legion back in our neck of the woods. It's the Asheville Legion. But you should support your local Legion wherever they may be, especially if they're doing baseball. Again, American Legion Post 70 wants to remind you, But the best players in Western North Carolina are playing Legion. We want to see the best come out every year. Last year they won the Area 4. They won the states. They won the Southeast Regional. They went all the way to Shelby for the World Series. So again, if you're a veteran listening in the Asheville area, we're looking for new members, so consider joining. So Dalton Wood had a walk, stole a base in the first inning, came around on that Simone's double. Swinging a drive down the left field line, but hooks foul. So good swing by the senior pitcher. So again, uncommitted, 77 to 80 early. Nice curveball. Strong-looking athlete. That in third in this lineup. Wide stance in the two-strike approach. Swing and a miss to the curveball. Who's that? That's Weatherford. Goes ahead and puts the tag on him. And then the big swing by Simone's. So Guessford again, the Wingate football commit. Cardwell's going to miss high there. He had off speed on that. So Cardwell working exclusively from the stretch. May have chased one there. Again, he missed high with the curveball for ball one. Second pitch, a curveball at the top of the zone. Tried to jump on it. 1-1 count. See if he comes back with a third one. Nope. Fastball high.
84 back there.
Okay.
And 66 on his curve.
So 84 top for Cardwell right now. Curveball came in at 66. Ball in the dirt. So he's got some decent depth to the curveball. He's been able to get some swings and misses, but I still think he needs to establish his fastball more. Fastball still hasn't quite been established. It's not popping yet. And I feel like once you can get strike one fastball and get ahead in the count, that's when you can start working those spinners a little bit more effectively. 2 walks for Guessford. So good guesswork for Guessford, taking those balls for 2 free passes. And that'll bring the big hitter so far, Simone's. Sean Simone's, the DH, had that big, loud double in inning number 1. That is the difference maker in this game right now. Swinging a drive to center field. That is going to hang up there for Rhodes. Got me a little excited there when he elevated after the first double. So, can of corn for Rhodes. 2 outs. And I bring Hatley to the plate. Again, Braden Hatley, a senior in this lineup. He's the third baseman tonight. They do have him listed on the Max Prep as a catcher and a pitcher as well, so versatile young man. Swing and a miss. There's some good heat from Cardwell there. He looked connected on that fastball. So is that foul tip or catcher's interference? So catcher's shaking his left hand a little bit. I'm wondering. Oh, could have been. Let's see here. Ball low. I think he got him on the backswing. I'm looking at the replay. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. I was watching the replay there. So over the catcher's hands all right after that. 2-1 count. Ball in the dirt. quick little back pick there by Weatherford, always tough on the fastball. So you try to get that body around it and square up on the block, but some of those fastballs, you got to pick them out. There's a hard heater on the corner for a full count now. So again, one of the goals and the keys to the game of the pregame was for the Cardinals to try and get the pitch count, elevate the pitch count of Cardwell early, try to get into their bullpen. Again, with 3 games in a week, if you're going to go to the finals, you're going to have to stretch your pitching out. So that's ball 4. Runner was off on the play, but it's no avail. It's ball 4 anyway. So 5 walks in this game right now for Cardwell. That's going to bring Eli Andrews to the plate. Andrews had an RBI single just over the outreached glove of Wilmoth over at first base. Back in the first inning, that tallied the 4th run. So 4-1 is how it stands. So runners on first and second here with 2 outs. We'll see if Eli Andrews can have some more luck with 2 out hitting. So I got 1 2-out RBI on the evening. So Cardwell's fastball went up to 84. He's starting to really show some heat now, connecting a lot better on the downhill. Ground ball wide of third base. So 0-2 count. So Andrews going to have to widen up, get into that 2-strike approach. Now he's got the bat moving a little bit. That might be the time to break out the curveball. Goes to the fastball. Not sure where that missed. Maybe a little high, maybe a little outside. So 1-2 count. There it is. So good over-the-top delivery. Brings the heat. 2 Ks in the inning. 2 walks. 2 runners left on. It's 4-1 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. It's going to be the bottom of the lineup. Weston Hincher, Aiden Teague in the back of the top with Carson Call. Again, I want to thank our in-game sponsors. You'll hear certain businesses called out during the game for certain action that you see. So a few to sponsor. Burlett Painting, our Cold Strike 3 sponsor. And then towards the end of the game, we have a Next Level Baseball play of the game. And then we have a Camwood Bats player of the game. So I want to thank Next Level and Camwood as well. Again, we could not do these broadcasts without our sponsors. Again, we've had season-long sponsors with our inning and in-game sponsors, and then our select game sponsors for one game only to be a home and away sponsor. So, again, they're the lifeblood of the broadcast and helped create a lot of college recruiting opportunities over the last 3 years. I'm bringing you the Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series. Again, good baseball folks out here. East Wilkes kids bring the good energy in this dugout. Again, we're glad to see North Wilkes having such a strong year. Really impressed with West Wilkes, just the culture and the energy. Enjoyed talking to a few of those boys at the end of the game in the interview. And, Ashe County, have been fans of them for a few years now. It's a beautiful part of the state. Again, Christmas tree country out there in Ashe County. So Hincher, leadoff batter here in the 2nd inning out of the 8-hole. It's the second baseman. Hincher, only a freshman. Say a lot of young blood on this roster for Coach Childers. Ground ball. It's over on the right side. Picked up by the second baseman Lambert. Tossed over to first for the first out. So only a couple seniors in the lineup for West Wilkes. Teague, one of them. So Aiden Teague in left field. Again, Peters, the DH, another senior. But after that, oh, and the catcher, Weatherford, pop fly here. It's going to get out of play. So Weatherford, Peters, and Teague, the only seniors in the starting lineup. Call, a sophomore. Wiles, a freshman. Cardwell, a junior. Actually, excuse me, I think 4 seniors. Say Henshaw just grounded out, a freshman. Wiles, a freshman. Nah, he's a senior.
Well,
Say
that's
Ryan Laws is listed as a 5th grader. I assure you that's not it. Uh-oh, that ball booted by Lambert. So fields one clean and then gives one away. It's going to be an E4. So Teague reaches on an error. Now bring back the top of the lineup back up, and Carson calls. Carson, a leadoff single. Stole a base and scored the only run of the game for North Wilkes. So North Wilkes got a chance to be pretty strong again next year, returning their top arm and a lot of underclassmen position players. Here's one of them in shortstop, Carson Call. So Dalton Woods retired 1. Runner going to go here. Throw down. It's a beauty. He is out by a country mile. So Teague thrown out by Stroud. Excellent throw. Excellent throw there by the catcher, Stroud. So 2 outs. Teague reaching on an error. Erased immediately, so no chance of an unearned run this inning. It wasn't a great jump either, but not sure if something was missed there or what, but got him out by about 5 feet. Nice try by Stroud to frame that pitch. Stroud, the sophomore catcher, made a great looking throw there. Ooh, high strike call. I did not like that call.
on Mount Everest.
It is what it is. 3-1 delivery coming. There's a strike. I say you can't argue that one. That one's right there. However, if you are a call, I can understand a little bit of the frustration after that strike 1 call. Here's a bounder. Shortstop Andrews across. He's able to get him. That's some BH Granning glove work right there. Excellent play. So Eli Andrews on the run. Nice pick over there by the first baseman, too. 6-3. Not conventional, but it is a 1-2-3. 1 error. He's thrown out on the bases, so 3 come to the plate. Nobody left on. And at the top of the 4th, it's going to be Mason Jones, Braylon Walker, and then back to the top with catcher Logan Stroud. Well, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast out there, especially if we have some new viewers. Wish we could have gotten to you sooner. Mountain Valley Conference. We're out of Henderson County. We cover, 10 conferences and a few private school teams between the foothills and the mountains. We brought on the Mountain Valley this year when they did the redistricting of the conferences. We thought it was really important to try to tie them in. We feel they have a lot of the same challenges that we see on our side of the mountain with exposure, smaller population compared to the Charlotte and the Greensboro and the Raleigh area. And as you can see, there's some good talent, some college talent, and probably got to make an argument to open some more junior colleges in Western North Carolina because it's crowded. And although some of these boys are good enough to play, they got to be open-minded about where could that be. I want to thank our 4th inning sponsor, Nova X Kinetics. Again, Coach Anthony Payne has made a name for himself working with our pitchers in the area, helping them make jumps, sometimes 10, 15 mile per hour jumps over the course of a year. Guys doing great things, infusing data analytics and biomechanics, trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. And now he has turned to hitting. He's got Rapsodo, blast motion, uplift technology, and all sorts of stuff for pitchers, hitters. He's got the whole board covered. So for any info on Nova X Kinetics, you can check them out on Facebook, X, and Instagram. So leadoff hitter here, Jones, swing and miss there. It's a 1-1 count. There's a pop fly foul, first baseman over, not able to make the play. So 4-1 is our score as it sits right now.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Just trying to get flyers going, you know. So we still got a long night ahead of us after this game. It takes about an hour to take everything down. Well, maybe not that long.
No.
But strike 3 looking on Jones. So again, all strike 3s brought to you by Burlette Painting. Painting the corners with Burlette. I'll bring 9-hitter Braylon Walker to the plate. But yeah, you know, got here early. Got the setup done in the heat. Right, heat can be tough on the cameras. Had a couple technical difficulties early in game 1, but able to get it in. Game 2, much more comfortable in the weather. Misses high, ball 1. But got some post-game interviews. Got to give out a Camwood Bats Player of the Game award. Take everything down, pack everything up, then head over to the Hampton Inn in Wilkesboro. Try to get a good night's sleep. Get up early and start prepping for Alexander Central versus the winner of St. Stephen's and South Caldwell. They're going to be playing at App State tomorrow for the Northwestern Championship. Ground ball to the second baseman. Oh, kind of falls back on his heels for a minute, but Hincher is able to make the play, throw it over for out number 2. Logan Stroud, the catcher, who made a great throw down to catch the base runner trying to steal second Teague back in the other half of the inning. Excuse me, the bottom of the third. Stroud has popped out twice in this game. Once to short, once to third. Got to swing down on the baseball. Cardwell is going to miss high with that fastball. What was our game time start? Did we start at 7:45 like they planned?
A little earlier.
A little earlier?
Just a tad earlier.
I guess that happens with a lightning fast West Wilkes Mercy Rule win. This is low here. Swing and a miss by the catcher. So Stroud, the sophomore right now, 2-1 count. Again, looking good behind the plate he is. Tall stance, steps into his load. So starts narrow and then widens out. 2-2 count. So Cardwell settling in after a tough first inning. He had a 1-2-3 in the second, allowed 2 walks in the third. Retires the first, but was able to get out of it without any trouble. Strike 3 here. 2 strikeouts. Again, strike 3 called, brought to you by Burlette Painting the corners with Burlette. So Cardwell settling in now. 3 straight scoreless innings, 2 of them 1-2-3 innings. We're heading into the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be Peters, Wiles, and Cardwell himself.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the North Wilkes Vikings prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Coast Guard CWOA, check them out at cwoauscg.org. It's a Chief Warrant Officers and one other thing, Chief Warrant and Warrant Officers Association. So CWOs and WOs. CW5s. You ever met a CW5?
No, what's that?
Chief Warrant Officer 5. 5th step. You never met one? Well, they're very rare in the military because it's just a Chief Warrant Officer who just sticks around forever and ever and ever. Normally, once they hit 20, they're done. But we appreciate them for being the sponsor this evening for both the Cardinals, and the Vikings.
Well, it's turned into a beautiful evening. So I'm trying to find this Instagram account. I've seen earlier they had some good pictures of these East Wilkes boys. I'm trying to make sure we got some for the Flyers. See if I can find any on the baseball page. All right. Well, heading into the bottom of the fourth here. So Peter's the DH. One of the few seniors on this North Wilkes team. Dalton Wood out for a fourth inning of work. So he's been pretty locked in. There's a slow roller to first base. Going to toss it. Jones to Wood. That's a PFP, as they call that in the game. So 3-1 on the putout. I'll bring Bradley Wiles to the plate. Bradley, also a freshman. So a few freshmen in this lineup as well for Coach Childers. So fouls one back here. That camera's been holding up behind home plate, knock on wood. Again, we're sitting on wood bleachers, so it's a risky spot, as the bat boy told us. You know, one bad foul ball and we're down a camera. We got 3 more innings to go. It'll be almost close to 3 straight seasons without a camera casualty. So pop fly in the middle of the field. Looks like the shortstop Andrews has got an easy read on it for out number 2.
I would. I would. Let's go.
Pop fly foul here. It's off towards the buses. All right, so 0-2 count here to Cardwell. He's got to pop another one foul here. See if that one stays in. I think it's going to stay in just enough. So first baseman Jones over to make a play on it. So 1, 2, 3 inning for Wood. He is dialed in. Well, 1, 2, 3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Heading into the top of the 5th, it is going to be Oliver, Wood, and Guessford come to the plate. Hey, want to mention our Patreon spot again? If you go to I don't need the W's anymore. Shows you how old I am. Patreon.com/BB University WNC. You're going to find a lot of extra content on conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, player of the weeks, podcasts, and highlight films, and much, much more. Membership started only $1. I think we're at about 145 members right now. We have tiers of 5, 10, 20, and so on. If you get to the higher tiers, they actually lock into our scholarship fund. We've been giving a scholarship out the last 2 years for $500. And this year, with our top tier Patreon members, we take half of their monthly membership and put it towards the scholarship fund. I think we're up around $1,200 that we're going to give away in scholarships to some of our Western North Carolina ball players this summer before they head off to school. So again, if you join the Patreon, that's what you're doing. You're supporting mountain baseball, supporting foothill baseball. I want to thank our 5th inning sponsor, BF Stepp Electrical, located in Henderson County. Been in business for 42 years, longtime supporter of Western North Carolina baseball. They offer residential, commercial, and industrial services And they're your go-to for new construction, remodeling, outdoor lighting, service changes, generator installations, and especially electrical maintenance. Give them a call today at 828-697-6097.
There.
So Cardwell has been dialed in ever since that rough first inning. He got himself into trouble with 3 walks. And then the big swing by Simones. And then an RBI single tacked on by Andrews. That's been the scoring as it stands. 4 runs in that first inning. And Cardwell looks like he's starting to get dialed in. So East Wilkes trying to find some of that noise, some of that energy they had in the first inning. And I'll tell you, sometimes if you get too crazy too early in a game, you can expel a lot of your emotional energy that you might need later in the game. So you got to stay in control, stay in that focused battle mindset. So 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Now that Cardwell is starting to fill the zone more with his fastball, he's going to get more chase on those types of spinners. So Oliver goes down swinging. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks in the game for Cardwell. Now Dalton Wood, his counterpart, who's out pitcher dueled him so far, but it is, I would call it a pitcher's duel at this point. Drops the curveball in for a get me over strike 1 on Wood. There's some heat with low. So Cardwell, you can see the prospectus in him. You can understand why college coaches would have some intrigue. I like how he works on the stretch too. He just tries to keep it simple. Looks like a guy that could probably still learn a lot. Moves well when he's connected. That curveball was a pretty one. So again, I like the way he moves. I can tell there's going to be times he has trouble staying connected as he moves downhill, but has good separation. That ball's going to get away. See if they're going to be able to make a play. Throw down it. Safe at first base. So able to get the K, but it's a wild pitch that allows him to go to first base. So reaches on the 8th strikeout of the game for Cardwell. Now bring Guessford back up to the plate. Guessford is, well, you guessed it, drawn 2 walks, scored a run in the first inning. Still looking for his first official AB. 2 plate appearances resulting in base on balls. Curveball is, ooh, they say it got a little piece of the zone as it dipped down into the catcher's mitt. So again, top 5 right now. East Wilkes up 4-1. Again, if you're watching at home, please share. Share the link, get it out there to the friends and family members at home that weren't able to make it out this evening. Again, we sent it out to just about every college coach in the region we felt could take advantage of it. Ooh, fastball misses high. Back pick there. So it's Weatherford on the back pick. He's tried a few this evening. So again, semifinal matchup, trying to figure out who's going to be playing West Wilkes in the championship. Runner's going to go here. Fastball misses high. Throw down by Weatherford. Oh, they probably could have had him if it was a clean catch. Ball pops out of the glove. It's going to be a stolen base. Hauling Solutions and Grading stolen base for Dalton Wood. And now they're going to bring the courtesy runner in. So Wood steals the base. Now they're going to bring in the courtesy runner. That is number 15, Aiden Irwin, the junior. So runner in scoring position out there for Guestford with 1 out, 3-1 count, hitter's count. See what he comes with. Fastball might have helped him. Chased it up near the letters, 3-2. And Simones, who had the big swing in the first inning, is on deck. Full count pitch incoming here from Cardwell. Ooh, inside corner, got him looking. Guestford did not like that call, but called strike 3 is brought to you by Burlette Painting. Paint the corners with Burlette. So here's the funny thing, Hunter. 3 Ks in the inning so far, but only 2 outs. Simones had the big swing earlier, but if Cardwell can work the K to finish the inning, that'd be 4 Ks in the inning for the young man. Don't see it much. Ball low. So Cardwell's definitely found a groove after those 3 free passes in the first inning. It's been fairly clean. He gave up 2 free passes in the third, but clean innings in the second, fourth, and now the fifth. The only blemish, the wild pitch on the strikeout. So Cardwell trying to get another clean inning in here. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone. Good placement. That's tough to hit. So 1-2 count. Again, Simones. Try not to be the 4th K victim, and he won't be, but it'll be a PFP right back to the pitcher. Running hard is Simones. Gotta like that. So 1-3 on the putout. 4 come to the plate. It's a wild pitch that allows Wood to reach. There's a stolen base, but 1 left on, no runs. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Ryan Laws, Davin Weatherford, and Will Rhodes come to the plate. Again, I want to thank today's away team sponsor, same as our home team sponsor, Coast Guard, Chief Warrants Officers Association. Thank you for supporting the time that we put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the East Wilkes Cardinals prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media afterwards. Again, you can find more on the Chief Warrant Officers Association at CWOAUSCG.org. Again, appreciate them, appreciate the Coast Guard and all our armed services, our military out there protecting our rights and freedoms. Well, 4-1 is how it stands here going in the bottom of the 5th. Appreciate the Coast Guard helping us out. Again, we don't know a lot of people out here in Wilkes County yet, so I had a little trouble finding local sponsors. Again, we know a few in Ashe County, Cheek Christmas Tree Farm and Wagoner CPA offering a couple sponsors in Game 1 along with the Coast Guard. And then again, the Coast Guard picking up these 2 today. Again, if you want to be a sponsor in the future, please reach out. Ask about bringing us out to your team. Again, we have a 25-game schedule, but we do offer some exclusive broadcasts if people contact us for particular games. We're trying to cover Legion Baseball Area 4 again. Did the broadcast last year and followed Post 70 all the way to the World Series. But again, it's the business sponsors and our Patreon members that fuel this operation. Is the alternative to the $4,000 to $10,000 showcasing and recruiting service industry that is out there making more money while participation in youth sports is actually going down. So odd combo there. So Ryan Laws going to take ball 1. Say Wood lost grip of that curveball there. So Wood been rolling. So they gave up a leadoff single to Carson Call, and then they manufactured a run against him in that first inning. That's going to be a base hit for Laws. Oh, no. That gets under the glove of the center fielder out there. That's going to allow Laws to head to second base. So that's Oliver out there in center field. He's going to be charged with an E8. So a single, and then the E8 allows him to move up to second base.
First hit for either team since the first inning. Wow.
You heard that right, folks. It's been a pitcher's duel. So 1 hit up until that one from Carson Call. That was the first inning. He came around to score and then had the big 3-run double by Simones and the RBI single by Andrews in the first inning, and that was been all their hits. So 4 hits, 2 apiece for each team in this game. So Weatherford, the catcher, Davin, a senior. He's going to take a ball outside here.
Oh, what?
So if you're Wood here, I think you just got to go ahead and turn your attention to the batter. That run out there really doesn't mean much right now. Just got to get out number 1 and go from there. And that's a swing and a drive. That ball is up, and that ball is out of here. Home run by Davin Weatherford, the senior. 2 RBI dinger. It's going to put them back within just a run. So now we got ourselves a much closer ball game.
Hey, you asked him, you said you going to do anything like
So
that?
big swing by Davin Weatherford. 4-3 now. North Wilkes only down by 1 run.
Does that run matter now?
Yes, it does. And if you're Dalton Wood, you got to take a deep breath. Pretend this is the beginning of the inning. Just get out number 1 and go from there. So again, 4-3 is our score. I guess the run matters when it's a big swing like that. We're going to have ourselves an Ion Outdoors mound visit, checking on the pitcher after that big swing. So again, Ion Outdoors located down in Gaston.
I'll sit right here then.
Outdoor pools, pergolas, patios, grayscaping, and more. If you have a backyard dream, get with Ion Outdoors today. And they'll help you make it come true. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see some of their work. Ground ball here. It's going to be in the middle of the field. Andrews, he's going to drop that ball right in front of him. That's going to be an E6 to keep perpetuating this inning. So, my name? Brian Cook. Yeah. I'm not from around here. We're out in Edneyville, Henderson County.
I know Edneyville awfully well. I go for spending about 3 weeks in training and you'll learn to hate everything.
Oh, you talking about the Justice Academy down there? Oh, Lordy. I drive past that every day. I'm on St. Paul's Road. It's a bunt here. Oh, Dogwood makes a play. And Rhodes able to get back to first just in time. So trying to move the runner over. Say, he put the brakes on. Wood didn't make the throw, but, man, I'll tell you, it would have been close. He wasn't going to get him, but nice job by Rhodes to notice that ball up in the air, put the brakes on and get back. So 1 out. This is Teague. Teague reached on an error. Reached on an error in the 3rd and then was caught stealing. Stroud.
You want to go hit that a little left next one. It's kind of ventured out, and now you can't see 3rd.
Okay. So we'll get that in between innings during an ad read. And first to see what the lefty Aiden T can do. He's going to square. He's going to bunt. That's going to pop up towards us. It's going to hit the ground, though, so 2 strikes. So North Wilkes trying a little small ball here, but not quite working the way they'd hope. So again, North Wilkes got the tying run on here in the 5th. With only 1 out. Nice piece of hitting. He waited on the curveball, and the number 9 hitter T is going to send it all the way to the right center field wall. That throw is way off the cutoff man mark, and that's going to allow the tying run to score on the Teague RBI double. So new ball game here in Ronda, host site of these Mountain Valley Conference semifinals. So Rhodes all the way around from first base to score the 4th run. So they're going to check over at third base here, see if he missed the bag going around the corner. Umpire is going to say safe.
Hey, it's on video. You want me to send it to you?
So we can check those cameras after the game. All 4 record the whole game, even if we didn't have it on the that particular spot for the broadcast. Call me in 24 hours. We'll have an answer for you. Say, I don't know if you got him rounding third on that shot.
I did it live, so.
So let's take a look here.
Oh,
At the
he
replay.
got it.
Oh, he touched it? Okay.
It was close.
Hunter says on the replay he touched it, so it was close. We're not the official scorekeeper, but don't hate us. So Carson Call now, 1 for 2. And only 1 out. This is high, so 1-1 count. Evened up here. North Wilkes storming back here in the 5th inning with 3 runs. Again, Laws reached on a single. Weatherford with the big home run swing. Will Rhodes reached on an error. Then after the sac fly was popped up, or sac bunt was popped up for out number 1, Aiden Teague from the 9-hole lefty with a double in the right center field. Again, Teague, one of the seniors in this Vikings lineup.
Awfully dead.
So Wood trying to find a way out of this inning. He's going to miss high here. 2-2 is the count.
You all right? Oh, what? Let's go, kid.
So now that mountain weather, hot country weather, cool air. Oh, that's a ground ball up the middle. Teague around third. Here's the throw home. Safe is the call. From where we are standing, it looks like he did miss the tag. It'll be an RBI single for Carson Call. Good game out of the leadoff spot for Carson Call. So storming ahead here is North Wilkes. It looks like we're going to have ourselves another Ion Outdoors mound visit. Looks like Coach Call going to have some questions with the umpire here. Again, that play at home here was close, but from our angle, it looked like it was the right call. Looks like it was a swing and a miss on the tag. Carson Call getting the call, getting the swing, knocking in the tying run here. 2 for 3 on the day with a RBI and a run. That's going to bring up Steven Peters.
No, that's intentional.
I like that call. So even though the ball hit him, they're saying that was going to be a strike. He leaned into it, so strike 1. Again, just the runner on first right now. So East Wilkes got to knuckle up here and find some grit to get out of this inning. There's another sliced single. It's going to be in front of the runner, though, so no advancement. So Peters with a single. Fifth hit of this inning, so they're really starting to get to Wood here after Wood have been cruising through 4. And that's going to be final pitch here for Wood. They're going to go to a pitching change, so we'll see who Coach Call is called to the bullpen. See who they're going to bring in here to face Bradley Wiles. They're going to bring the catcher in? All right, so going to take a minute here as Logan Stroud gets out of the gear. It looks like he's going to be the next pitcher up here for the Cardinals. So we'll see how the positions switch around here in a minute. Again, to recap the inning, Ryan Laws led off with a single, went under the glove of the center fielder, so he was able to move up to second. Then Weatherford with the loud home run, so it didn't matter on the air. 2 runs scored there. Will Rhodes then reached on an E6. Hincher popped up the bunt for out number 1. And then the bottom of the lineup, Teague with a line drive double, scoring Rhodes to make it a 4-4 game. And And then T coming around to score on the RBI single by Carson Call. And then Peters with the single. So Call at second, Peters at first is where we stand. Bradley Wiles is going to be the hitter. Number 9, Logan Stroud is going to be your next pitcher. Let's give you a final line on Wood. Wood goes 4 1/3 innings. And he allowed a total of 6 hits, a total of 5 runs. We'll figure out how many of those are earned later. And he limited his walks. I'm actually seeing 0 free passes for the young man, so I got to like that. And then strikeouts, 1K collected, so pitching to contact like that. So looking back at the runs, the run in the first inning was earned. The first 2 on the home run were earned. Will Rhodes error, so one of these runs is unearned, so it'll be 5 runs, 4 earned by my book. Against Stroud, the new pitcher. Who's going back behind the plate? All right, so third baseman Hatley going to go back behind the plate. So going to make some changes here. So, and where's Wood going to? Is he going shortstop? So Wood's going to short. Eli Andrews going to move to third. Again, the catcher, Logan Stroud, coming in to pitch. And the new catcher, Creighton Hatley, moves from third to behind the plate. So hopefully everybody's got that on their score sheet at home. Again, still here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out. And Stroud is going to be trying to find the final 2 outs of this inning and get his Cardinals back into the dugout. Let's try to start a rally of their own, down 1 now. And when this inning started, they were up 4-1. Again, if you're out there watching, share it. Send this out to friends, family members, and, hey, maybe even college coaches that you know. And we try to light up just about everybody we know. Try to be fair and honest to the coaches. Say, hey, look, we don't know a ton of these guys. It's new talent for us. Give them some reports on the players we did know. Good start here for Stroud. Gets strike 1 on the foul ball. So a little wind trying to pick up here. So a little wind picking up here in the 5th inning as the evening gets a little deeper into the night. Swing and a miss.
No.
0-2 count.
I checked that tag from our bird's eye view angle. Just whiffed him. You could, from here, look like he kind of called him from like our vantage point, but when you look up from the top, you can see.
I feel like from what I saw, it looked like he missed him, but it was fast. Swing and a miss. Stroud overpowers Wiles. So quick K there. And Cardwell coming to the plate. Technically, these North Wilkes Vikings have batted around now. So 9th hitter to the plate. Cardwell 0 for 2. On deck hitter Laws started this inning with a single. Say Cardwell still on the bump. See if he can give himself an insurance run to work with here. We got a game changer to figure out pitch counts for Cardwell. So ball.
Just open game changer.
So we're going to open up the game changer here. We'll get you some pitch counts on Cardwell when he gets back out there on the bump. Yeah, new pitcher here, Logan Stroud, bringing some heat here. It's good juxtaposition to starting pitcher Wood, who was 77-80, a lot of curveballs off speed, and then Stroud coming in, bringing some heat. Might be able to get some radar on him in a little bit. And Stroud, the sophomore catcher. Ooh, misses low. So it looked like it was close, but you got to catch it. Oh, wait, did they call that a strike? Oh, my bad. I was going to say, usually on the close ones, you got to catch it, but umpire being a little generous on that one. Again, not a bad pitch, but top, bottom of the zone, left, right. You drop it, a lot of times the umpire is just going to shake his head. So 2-2 delivery here from Stroud. Ground ball right into the glove of Jones. Steps on first for out number 3. It's still a ball game, folks. Nice job by Stroud to come in and get 2 quick outs and the rally. Heading into the top of the 6th, it's going to be Hatley, Andrews, and Jones to the plate. So Hatley behind the plate now, Andrews at third base, and then Jones, the first baseman, coming up. So now back on their heels a little bit are the Cardinals, playing from behind. We'll see if they can make it interesting here as we start a new inning. Hey, we encourage you to stay connected on social media with us, especially if this is your first time learning about Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, as we're in new territory. If you're listening to the YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. And we also encourage you to follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Our handle is BB University WNC. Again, Baseball University, BB University WNC. You can also check out our website at baseballu.org if you want to learn a little bit more about who we are. Again, you may have heard some of our conversations with the fandom of East Wilkes here nearby. We're from Edneyville, Henderson County. Again, I coached at North Henderson with Coach Justin King for a number of years, coached at Christ School with Coach Wesley King, no relationship, for a couple seasons, and really appreciate everybody buying into what we're trying to do here, which is create college recruiting opportunities that don't break the bank. I want to thank our 6th inning sponsor, Flooring America, located down in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. It's 600 Slater Street. And a lot of good discounts and deals on flooring. They just finished up a big warehouse sale on April 24th, but I'm sure they still got some good deals if you go to flooringamerica.com, or you can give them a holler at 704-739-2756.
We didn't get a
First pitch swinging, pop fly coming up behind us.
We didn't get to shout them out the last game. What happens when you're the 5th, 6th inning sponsor? Last one in.
I was going to say Hale Tax Solutions.
Luckily, we've only had like a few of those games this year. Last year, we had a lot.
I was going to say, so apologize to Flooring America and Hale Tax Solution, our 6th and 7th inning sponsor. Didn't even get a chance to get to you in the first game, with West Wilkes winning 11-1. Hatley 0 for 1. He drew a walk in the 3rd inning. Again, Hartley is misses here. I was going to say Cardwell has really settled down since that first inning, pitching really well. Again, hasn't allowed a hit since that first inning. And he's only allowed 2 of them. Those 3 walks in the first inning and the well-timed hit by Simones that were able to put the crooked number up in the first inning. So, again, Cardwell dug his own hole, dug his own grave with that.
He's about done.
And with that last pitch, he's at 101 pitches. So this may be his last batter. Hits him here, so might get one more batter. So they say hit by pitch, or they say foul ball? I guess that's a hit by pitch. So that's what I thought it was. So Hatley sprinting down the first base after that. And now Eli Andrews had the RBI single back in the first. That was the last hit that Cardwell had given up. And I'll tell you, Cardwell has been dialed in, but like you just said, pitch count is right on the cusp. So this is probably his last batter, and then we get to see who's got the stronger bullpen. Stroud looks really good coming out to replace Wood. Got a pinch runner there for the catcher Hatley. It's Mathis, Fisher Mathis, the junior, courtesy runner. Here's a bunt, nice one. Quickly on it as the third baseman throws it over. for out number 1. So did a job. It's Laws that jumped on that baseball, 5-3. So
He came
sack
down
bunt.
quick, man.
It was a good bunt, but he was right on it. So Hatley all the way up to second now. And pitch count right now, I believe, is at 102. 102.
So theoretically, he can get the final 2 outs of this inning.
Excuse me, 103 is the pitch count. So 2 pitches left. Again, that will perpetuate as he finishes the batter. So 105 is the limit, or what batter you're in when you reach 105. So again, 108, 109, you can climb
122,
over.
like you never know.
Fouled off 15 pitches or something. I could see that, but most likely, unless he gets a 1-pitch, 1-out here, it'll have to be a double play too, at some capacity, a line out. But this will mostly, yep, that does it. This will be his last batter with his next pitch upcoming. It'll be 105.
Well, there's other ways you can get out without throwing a pitch.
So looking down, no action in the bullpen, I don't think, or anyone throwing. Can't really tell down there. Whoever's pitching next might already be in the field. There's a strike. Oh, just noticed we have ourselves a pinch hitter here for Jones. This is number 4, Cameron Shores. So Cameron Shores, the pinch hitter here for Jones. We'll see if there's re-entry. So Jones was 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Coach Call deciding to try something a little different after those results. We'll see if Shores can bring another run ashore here in the 6th inning and tie this ball game up. Big pitch coming here from Cardwell. Swing and a miss. So gave a noble effort, but that is strike 3. So 3 Ks out of the 8 spot tonight. And that's it. So it will be a pitching change here with 2 outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ks for Cardwell. Cardwell works 5 2/3 innings. Again, we had his fastball up to 84. Might have climbed a little higher. We didn't get the gun back out there. Cardwell only gives up the 2 hits. He walked 3, 4, 5, 6 batters. Gave up 4 runs, all earned, what we're seeing. Yep, so 4 earned runs, 4 runs total. And again, the 10 Ks, so 5 2/3, 2 hits, 6 walks. The 4 runs all earned, 10 Ks. So again, he's in line for the win if North Wilkes can hold this lead, but we'll see what the North Wilkes bullpen can do. Again, we talked about in the keys to the game, Meineke fleet keys to the game, trying to get his pitch count up as much as possible early to get him out of this game as early as possible. They're able to do it in the 6th inning with 1 out. We'll see if that's enough. So the new pitcher is going to be Carson Call, the sophomore, so coming in from shortstop. Again, don't know much about Carson. Been impressed with him so far on the offensive side. He's having a good day. 2 for 3 with a ribby and a run scored and a stolen base. Again, no stats posted on the North Wilkes Max Prep, which is fine. So I'm not sure if Call is one of their go-to guys, but he is right now. So again, 2 outs in the inning. Hatley led off with the hit by pitch. Andrews with the sack bunt. And then Shores strikes out. So runner on second, 2 down. So moving around out there. So we'll figure out where Cardwell and some of these others moved around to in a minute. I think it's Hincher at short, Cardwell at first. Wiles goes to second. There's a curveball for strike one, so flips a get me over for the first strike. So 0-1 pitch coming, swing and a foul. So quickly ahead 0-2 is Carson called. So again, Cardwell, the pitcher, moves over to first base. The right fielder, Wiles, comes into second. The second baseman, Hincher, moves over to short. That's where we stand right now. New pitcher, Call, coming in from short. So big 0-2 pitch coming. North Wilkes trying to hold on to a 5-4 lead. That's a high curveball. Good call by the umpire. So 1-2 pitch upcoming here to the number 9 hitter, Braylon Walker. It's going to take ball 2. So Walker tonight, strikeout victim, and then grounded out to second base. Again, both of those versus Cardwell. Carson Call now getting the call on the bump, trying to hold this lead. Technically in a save situation if the young man finishes out this game. Swing and a miss, gets the K. So big pitch by Carson Call coming in from shortstop. Strikes out the number 9 hitter Walker. A hit batter. And that's all in this inning. 1 left on. Heading into the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the top of the lineup. Well, no, it isn't. Hold on. Where did we finish last inning? Because we batted around. I think we're actually at number 5 hitter Ryan Laws. So it'll be Laws, Weatherford, and Rhodes here to lead off in the 6th. And Stroud coming out for inning number 2.
Well, thank you again to our in-game sponsors. Iron Outdoors, our mountain visit sponsor. Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance runs. Looks like the North Wilkes Vikings are looking for some of those State Farm insurance runs. Granning Landscapes Incorporated had a bunch of great glove work plays brought to you by BH Granning. A lot of steals brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Call strike threes, just like that. Burlette painting, call strike 3. Paint the corners. Kenwood Batch, player of our game, which we are trying to start working on here in these later innings. And then Next Level Baseball is our next level play of the game sponsor. So we're going to see what play of the game might happen for the Vikings or the Cardinals. Is chat popping off?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to get a couple flyer things figured out here. Again, found some good photos to use for some of these Wilkes players that we didn't know.
That ball is
There's a swing and a
terrific.
drive. That ball is deep to left field. And he's going to be able to make a play on it. No, that ball hung up there and it drops on the ground. So I guess we're going to give Laws a double on that. Looked like a catchable ball, but it's in the gap. Had to make a run on it. So we're going to say a double. So lost it up in the lights. So North Wilkes looking for some insurance runs here. All right, sorry guys, I was just getting some things ready here. So Laws leads off with a double. Again, Stroud back out there to pitch his second inning of work now. Swinging a pop up here in the middle of the field. Should be a can of corn. It's like number 27. I think that's Jones back out there. So Jones did re-enter. So that's Jones, catches the pop-up, 1 out. And Will Rhodes come to the plate. Will is 0 for 2, but reached on an error and scored a run in the 5th inning. Well, it's turned into a much closer ball game than Game 1. Again, if you joined us for Game 1, West Wilkes 11-1 winner over Ashe County. East Wilkes grabbed a 4-run lead early. It's 4-1 after the first. North Wilkes storming back with 4 of their. So North Wilkes storming back with 4 runs in the 5th. They're ahead now 5-4. Pops another one up in the middle of the field. Looks like Stroud's going to take it himself. So 2 pop outs after the leadoff double. Again, catchable ball out there. It's in the gap. Laws got under it, sent it sky high. Lost in the lights, hit the ground without touching a glove. With it being the gap, we're going to be generous and give Laws the double. However, 2 straight pop-ups produced by Stroud. And at the bottom of the lineup here, facing Hincher, is hoping to escape without any damage done, get his Cardinals back into the dugout to try to make a 7th inning comeback. A ground ball back into the netting. Tell you, silent hero right now, Carson Call, right? 2 for 3, scores the first run of the game, has stole the base, manufactured run. It's 4-1, right? Didn't seem like much, but in that big 5th inning, he has the go-ahead RBI single. And came into pitch to get some big-time outs. So we'll see how these things shape up here. Oh, got an update here. Looks like St. Stephen's is up 5-3 on South Caldwell in the end of the 5th inning.
Who put that in there?
Is that your dad? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's either you or your dog.
When I went over,
or your dad.
when I went over there, I checked it on Game Changer and put it in to see if you would notice.
I noticed nothing. I just try to stay locked in here. Woo. Stroud wanted it. He's asking. I wouldn't ask. I would try to be on this umpire's good side right now, this late in the game. I wouldn't even. I'd just get the ball and get right back on the bump. Again, appreciate all the folks tuning in this evening. There's a great game going on if you want to send that link around to friends and family. So 5-4. Count right now 2-1. Stroud looking a little frustrated, but he's got to gain composure. With that runner on second, one little mistake, that's an insurance run, so he's got to stay locked in. Go right after Hincher. Big pitch coming from Stroud. Line, off the hands. Picked up there and thrown across for out number 3. Nice play by, who's that short now? Is it Andrews? No, that's Wood. So 6-3 on the putout. Nice job by our catcher, now turned pitcher, Stroud. Heading into the top of the 7th. As it stands, could be the last chance here for the Cardinals if they don't score a run. It's going to be the top of the lineup, though. Again, Stroud, Oliver, and Wood. So we'll see if we have walk-off fireworks or if North Wilkes is going to be able to hold on to this one for the W. Anyway, I want to thank our 7th inning sponsor, Hale Tax Solutions. Tax season is no longer in full swing, but if you want to get with Hale Tax Solutions to discuss personal, corporate, trust, estates, or nonprofits, bookkeeping services, consulting, or representation in any audits, give them a look. 828-435-6082. They are the official tax preparer of Baseball University for 3 years running. How are the velos out there? Anything interesting? Interesting. I bet. So you're talking about Logan Stroud. Yeah, so Stroud up to 84 on our radar gun, our stalker gun. I would say it looks like he's bringing some heat. He's only a sophomore, right? Is he only a sophomore? I like that. That's a good prospect to keep an eye on Stroud. So coming from behind the plate to the pitcher's mound. Now, the 7th inning here, again, top of the lineup. You couldn't ask for a better group of Cardinals to try to erase a 1-run deficit, but we'll see what Carson Call's got in the books, because he came in and struck out the only batter he faced in the 6th inning. Gets ahead here with the curveball. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if Carson Call can earn the save here, he's up for our Kenwood Bats Player of the Game. Again, Cardwell did a great job regaining composure, collecting his Ks, but Call bailing everybody out on offense with the go-ahead RBI and maybe coming in to close it out for the save. So we'll see. All high. The home run. All low, so it falls behind. 3-1 here. That was the 5th run, yeah. So 3-1 count here to Stroud, a leadoff hitter. Again, started this game behind the plate. 2 pop-ups and a K, so he's definitely trying to get that bat going. Looking good on the bump, was up to 84. Misses inside, so leadoff walk. So tying run is aboard. Caden Oliver coming to the plate. Oliver walked in the 1st inning, stole a base, scored a run. He is 0 for 2 in the book right now. So we're going to do a pinch runner for the pitcher. That is number 15, Aiden Irwin. Again, Irwin ran for Wood earlier in this game, now running for Stroud.
Ion Outdoors mound visit from our pitching coach here with North Wilkes.
Yep, Ion Outdoors sponsor to all our mound visits. Yeah,
I like this angle for our mound visit.
I wonder what they're talking about out there. Trying to get a ground ball, make your pitch.
What to do in any situation.
Say Oliver's ground out the short, walked and struck out. Center fielder, so you got to think he's got to have some speed. He'd be tough to double off. Also got to be discussing if there's going to be a sack bunt or not and how to respond. So we'll see exactly what Coach Call puts on here for the Cardinals. See if he's going to give up a batter with a sack bunt, or if they're going to just keep trying to attack the sophomore relief pitcher. Curveball, nice block up. So again, that's Weatherford working hard behind the plate. He also has the home run in this game. So tense, a lot of noise early in this game, but both dugouts, you can tell the volume has been turned down just a little bit as nerves rise. There's a strike. So again, Carson Call came in to relieve Cardwell, who went 5 2/3. Call struck out the only batter he faced in the 6th inning, number 9 hitter Braylon Walker. Walks the leadoff hitter. Bunt attempt by Oliver there, back into the netting.
There's been a few of those today.
See, both teams been trying to play some small ball, executing sometimes, not others. It's a 1-2 count now. So got to try to be productive even if you get out here. This is high, back pick. He's back in safely.
Oh, it was close.
So again, winner of this game will be playing West Wilkes in tomorrow's championship game. Carson Call delivers, misses high. So East Wilkes trying to find some energy here. Say if he can find a way on base here, energy will probably be amplified just a bit in this Cardinal dugout. 3-2 pitch. Swing, fly ball to center field. It's a skyscraper. Center fielder out there is Rhodes. He's able to haul it in for out number 1. So 1 down here. Runner still at first base. I'll bring Dalton Wood to the plate. Dalton 0 for 2 has a walk. He also struck out in the 5th but reached on the wild pitch and ended up stealing a base. Wood pitched nobly in this game. He worked 4 1/3 inning. Was cruising through the first 4 innings for the most part. Ran into trouble in the 5th. Ended up giving up 5 runs. 4 were earned. And he was relieved by the catcher, Logan Stroud. Another back pick attempt. It's close, but safe at first. So Wood now at shortstop. So 1-1 count. So Dalton Wood, the senior, trying to find a way to move the runner up, get on base, and extend this inning. Again, liked what I saw from Wood on the bump. High 7s guy, touching 80. Good curveball. Call goes to the curveball. Don't need to. Now the runner's picked off. Say when the base is occupied, you don't have to go. So now it's getting a little crazy. I'd stay on the bag, just reset. So everybody's lucky there. Again, kids watching at home, when you strike out and there's a runner on the base in front of you, you're out already because the base is occupied. So Wood was out on the swing. He took off. That freaked out the runner, the pinch runner out there, Irwin. He took off. He was caught up in between. So the Cardinals, lucky this game isn't over right now. And Aiden Guessford is even able to be in this position to extend this game. So again, some base running miscues there. So down to Guessford. Final hope at the moment for East Wilkes. He's going to ground a ball foul.
Clear head, 12. Clear head. Good, bud.
So big pitch coming here. 0-1 delivery coming to Guessford. Again, call has been noble here. Working in relief. Say 0-2. That pitch is close. Hittable pitch.
Hey, see it up. Here we go.
That is strike 3, and that is your ball game, folks. So North Wilkes is your winners. Nice job by Carson Call to come in relief and earn the save. 1 1/3 innings pitched. He strikes out 3 batters, gives up 1 walk, 0 runs through 1 1/3 innings, 0 runs, 0 hits, the 1 walk, 3 Ks, earns the save. He's 2 for 3 at the plate, had the go-ahead RBI and the run and a stolen base. So Carson Call is going to be our Camwood Bats player of the game. We'll go talk to him and a few of his teammates here after we go through the finals. Hunter's going to go ahead and start getting that next level play of the game ready as well. And I'll start taking you through these totals. So Stroud was 0 for 3 at the plate with a walk. Caden Oliver was 0 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Dalton Wood was 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 stolen bases and a run. Aiden Guessford was 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Simones, 1 for 3 with that loud double, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. Braden Hatley was 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Eli Andrews was 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a sac bunt. Mason Jones was 0 for 2. Pinch hitter Shores 0 for 1. And then Braylon Walker 0 for 3. Yeah, noble effort from. No. Sorry, guys. Noble effort by Wood on the bump, 4 1/3. Gave up the 5 runs, 4 earned, 6 hits, 1 K, 0 walks. And then it was Stroud in the final inning and 2/3. He struck out 1. He allowed only 1 hit, 0 runs, and he walked 0 batters. So nice job by Stroud in relief. Carson Call, as we told you, he was 2 for 3 with a go-ahead RBI, a run, and a stolen base, manufacturing a run in the first inning there too. Peters was 0 for 2, or excuse me, 1 for 3. Wiles was 0 for 3, but it was an RBI ground out mixed in there. Mason Cardwell was 0 for 3. Laws was 2 for 3 with a double and a run. Weatherford 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. Rhodes, center fielder, was 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored a run. Hincher was 0 for 3, and then Teague was 1 for 2 with a double, an RBI, and a run. Mason Cardwell, great job after that tough first inning. He goes 5 2/3, gives up 4 runs, 4 earned runs on only 2 hits, but 6 walks and the 10 Ks. He is the winning pitcher. And then earning the save is Carson Call, 0 hits, 0 runs. He had the 3 Ks and the 1 walk. So congratulations to North Wilkes. They'll be playing West Wilkes tomorrow in the championship game. Our final score was 5-4. Or no, excuse me. What do we got here? We're all sorts of crazy in that last inning. So I don't think that score is right. Or now we got it. Maybe coming up. Okay. But again, congratulations, North Wilkes. Let's go ahead and show you our next level play of the game, and then we'll go get with a few of these North Wilkes Vikings and do some interviews on the Camwood Bat player of the game.
Well, Next Level Baseball is proud to bring you the Next Level Play of the Game, the only showcase organization in Western North Carolina endorsed by Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Coach Rick Day Armis does a great job developing culture and creating player development opportunities for youth players of all ages. Now, here's your Next Level Play of the Game.
All right, so this is Carson Call, the shortstop before he went in the pitch. He was up at the plate, hit one up the middle as the go-ahead RBI single that put North Wilkes ahead. Again, you see the tag at the plate. We saw it from our angle. It looked like he missed him. It was a controversial play, but hauling around third base to score that run was Teague, who had just reached on the RBI double before. Again, busting hard out the box, RBI single. Again, here comes that play at the plate. You can see just misses the tag. Safe is the call from the umpire, and North Wilkes fired up, going ahead 5-4. Eventually the winners of this contest. And again, our Camwood Bats player of the game is going to be Carson Call. We're going to go see him in just a second. I want to thank Camwood Bats, located out in Haywood County. They you can hop on their website at camwoodbats.com and use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount. Again, BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all website orders. Go ahead and hand it back to Hunter for a minute while I go find some ball players.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing in this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the North Wilkes Viking prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Coast Guard Chief Warrant Officers Association. Their website is cwoauscg.org. We appreciate them for being our away team sponsor as well, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the East Wilkes Cardinal prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. They've done a lot of help with us over the past 2 years, so we really appreciate them. Well, stay tuned for the Camwood Bats player of the game interview and some others as well. But right now, we want to thank all of our sponsors for Baseball University's Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. Thank you again to Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Comfort Keepers, American Legion Post 70, Nova X Kinectics, BF Stepp Electrical, Hale Tax Solutions, Goodicedtea, House of Power, Peak Performance Vault, Ion Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes Incorporated, Point Solutions and Grading, Burlap Painting, Camwood Bats, and Next Level Baseball. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1 and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywnc. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywnc. And check out our website at baseballu.org. Again, final score here: North Wilkes Vikings 5, East Wilkes Cardinals 4. North Wilkes improves to 18-5 on the year, and East Wilkes falls to 15-9. Both will be making the playoffs. Stay tuned for Camwood Bats post-game interview with our player of the game, Carson Call. He was our next level baseball play of the game as well. So all-around day for the Vikings. Little comeback victory with 4 in the 5th.
A much closer game than the first game. Coach Chiller's long speech.
As for now, let's see if that St. Stephen's game went final.
Any more scores in South Caldwell? And
that's what I'm going to scroll through real quick. No, ACA defeats Hickory Christian Academy 17-7. Again, mentioned in the first semifinal, West Wilkes over Ash 11-1. Alexander Central defeats Watauga and advances to our game tomorrow night, the Northwestern 6A 7A Championship, by a score of 5-3. Stuart Kramer over Forest View 8-1. AC Reynolds falls to Legion Collegiate Academy 12-8. They're taking a beating right now. Are the Rockets. East Gaston over Highland Tech 11-1. No score out of Cherryville. They're facing the East Lincoln Mustangs. Burns 5, Crest 3. I think that they split then.
Final?
That's a final. Final as well by the same score. St. Stephen's 5, South Caldwell 3. So it will be St. Stephen's versus Alexander Central. The 1 and the 2 at the top of the final standings. North Henderson and Smoky Mountain still in progress as well. And for our folks out here in the Wilkes County area, North Stokes and South Stokes are still in progress. So I know y'all care about those scores out here, and we try to bring them to you. Well, it looks like they're breaking it down at the right field foul pole. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Camwood Bats. Camwood Bats is located in Haywood County, but serves baseball and softball players across the nation. Game badge, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with Camwood, make sure to use a coupon code that's coming up on your screen, BBUWNC, for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Now, we're going to have Ryan with our Camwood Bats player of the game and a couple other interviews. So I will shoot that to him now on the mic.
Talk to our starting pitcher, Mason, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mason, get this turned on here. All right, so we're live, and again, I don't script these, so this is just a family affair here. First time up here in the Mountain Valley Conference. I'm really glad we got to see you. I don't know if y'all caught on, but we've been trying to cover you guys from a distance, you know, and not a lot of information on North Wilkes, man. Y'all been like this hidden gem up here. So Mason, a big name, had a couple coaches actually reach out to me before the game, like, let me know about this kid. So you're obviously making some noise, big kid, 6'4". I mean, I guess first question is college baseball something you're trying to do?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to play college ball.
I mean, you got the talent. Tough first inning.
Yeah, that was
holy
rough.
cow. I mean, tell us what went through your head there. 1, 2, 3 walks, right?
Yeah.
The Simones or whatever comes up, gets the big hit on you. How'd you regroup? Because you got locked in after that.
Well, I was confident my team could get me back in it, so that was a big help. And I was just real nervous at first, and then I just started, throwing like I normally do and just letting it go.
I'll say he got your fastball located. I noticed you're trying to mix early. Then you went back to the fastball. It allowed the spinner to play a little better as you located. What is your favorite sequence right now, especially when you feel dialed in? Like, is there a certain pattern tonight you picked up on that helped you get locked back in?
First pitch curveball was a big thing for me because none of them really hit the curveball too well. So going curveball and then fastball was really good, and then curveball in the dirt.
I seen he picked up on that too.
Yeah.
That first pitch curveball. Who wants to swing 0-0 curve, right?
Yeah, nobody.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Great line, 10 Ks. Even though one of them got dropped here, we won't blame your catcher though. He picked you up later with a big swing, man.
He hit good. I can't yell at him too much.
Well, I was gonna say, why don't you hand him the mic and let's ask him about that big swing. You know, again, fall behind early, 4-1.
Yeah.
Right. Yours cut it to 4-3. Was there any particular plan when you came into the bump there? Oh yeah, here we go. Now we're big league. We came up to the plate there, 4-1. Try to stay focused.
First pitch curveball. I mean, I knew he was going to throw a fastball after that. He couldn't really locate his curveball, so I was sitting fastball, and I got it.
You knew it?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. How'd they greet you in the dugout? What was the energy when y'all got back in there?
A bunch of head slaps, that's for sure.
Feel like you're going to win that game
Yes,
after that?
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, look.
I feel like he got the energy up.
And you worked hard behind the plate too, man. I mean, this battery is fun to watch. Like, that's what our goal was tonight, was like, hey, 4 new teams, because we watched West Wilkes, Ashe County. That one wasn't quite as close, but it was really fun for us to see that. Because, again, we're Mountain 8. That's where we come from. I'm from Edneyville, North Henderson guy. I would love to see you guys play some teams out there. I just feel like we need a dang helicopter so we don't have to take the crooked road. It's a 3-hour drive out here. So, all right, let's hand it off to the Camwood Bat Player of the Game. Take that from me. That's our new trophy bats this year. We went with the clean finish, the natural finish. Again, Cardwell blowing it up out there, killing it, right? And then he runs out of pitches, right?
Yeah.
He's locked in, and it's like, oh, shoot, I got to come into this game now. Well, what's on your mind? Did you know you were getting the ball if he hit his pitch count?
Yeah, I knew after 105 he was done. Went in there, I knew I had really good defense behind me. Just threw it at him.
Do you like being in that position?
Yeah, I like big moments.
Well, he came out here in the 7th inning, right? Runner gets on. You got to lock back in, dial in a little bit. Catcher doing a great job, blocks you up, strike 3 there. What was the feeling when he throws that ball down to first base there?
I knew they had it.
Yeah.
Got tons of confidence in my team.
I loved watching you close it out. Let's take you back to that game-winning RBI you had, too. So, number 9 hitter, strokes one to right center field. You come up, probably not trying to do too much. Take us through that at bat.
I was just thinking going back up the middle again because pitcher was good. I was trying to see fastball and just hit it right back up the middle at him. I had Speedy Gallon second. Tried to hit him in.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, sir.
And we saw it right here. Watch the replay. Didn't tag him. So that was a good call by the umpire.
Yeah.
Game-winning run comes across. So tomorrow or Friday?
Friday.
So Friday versus West Wilkes. I'm not sure who they're going to have on the bump. Don't tell them who you're going to have on the bump. Just go out there and win it, man.
Yes, sir.
Again, it's awesome to see new teams. There's baseball players hiding up in these mountains. These 3 right here can play at the next level. So we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. North Wilkes going to go try to win one on Friday.
Yes, sir.
It's nice meeting y'all. I'll switch with you here. We'll take a picture. Go get situated. Then we'll come back, take a quick picture of y'all, and then get you on the bus. We appreciate y'all. I'll be in touch with Coach Childers. We'll talk about some college recruiting opportunities in the future too. And we'll be pulling these clips, throwing some home runs and some Ks and some saves and game-winning RBIs up online soon. So we'll be back in just a minute. Take care, guys. Well, that's it for our Baseball University Game 2 of the semifinals. I'll hand it back to Hunter.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, thanks you for tuning into the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series from Ronda, North Carolina, on the campus of East Wilkes High School. This has been coverage of the Western North Carolina High School Baseball, where the second-seeded North Wilkes Vikings defeat the third-seeded East Wilkes Cardinals by a score of 5-4 and advance to the Mountain Valley 2A, 3A, 4A Conference Championship, where they will face the top-seeded West Wilkes Blackhawks. For Ryan